it's normal.
Yay. And now everyone can hear both of us too, so yay.
Hello!
Hello everyone! We're finally back to ensembling. It's been 84 years.
It has been 84 years.
Oh,
I
it's Jenna's
apologize,
birthday.
but I am ready to Uchu and Puka and all that good stuff.
Wonderful. Where are you, dead Captain? You just got here. Also, welcome on in, Just Angel. And hello to you too, Hifumichu. Because it's 84 years later. You know what? That's fair. I'm doing good though, thank you for asking.
Oh my gosh, I haven't been on the app in so long, and it's giving me a bunch of stuff. It is Shinobu's birthday. Happy birthday, little ninja boy. Oh, free scout. Ayo.
Yep. Have good luck, Scatman. Gotta not
Leo.
Nice.
We should switch.
Switch.
Haha, switch.
What a promising start.
That's the only free thing I get. I feel like I deserve more free things.
I'm sure you'll get a 3-star Mika eventually, Just Angel.
I used to be so serious about the English server. I was like, I'm gonna get everything that everything. I don't anymore.
That's fair. I was just at our little society. Why did I go back? I'm not thinking.
Did you see the eccentric party night music video?
I still haven't, actually.
Oh my gosh, you need to watch it. There's 2.
Story stuff. Man, what's even happening anymore?
At least we're not in the middle of the main story, or we would be so like lost after.
Oh yeah, we'd be so confused. I know we left off in the middle of 2 stories though. Yeah, we never finished Leaving Neverland? No, not that one. A different one. A different Valkyrie. Which one was it? There's too many things.
Oh my gosh, wait. When did I stop playing? I stopped playing it. I missed the little romance.
You did.
No!
Why am I not seeing the thing? Am I blind?
Wait, why does mine... Oh. The antique one with Kohaku?
Is that why I'm overlooking it? Because it's Kohaku? Yeah, okay.
I think so. You're looking for Shu and Mika specifically. Which, like, mood, but like...
Yeah, that explains why I couldn't find them. Yeah, so we haven't finished that one, but you should be able to unlock it now, since...
Oh yeah, that was the problem!
Yeah, it was locked until May 1st, and then you were gone.
Yeah. I can do it now though, right? It just takes Dia. Or, oh, it takes little keys.
Little keys? It used to be Dia.
I think it might be keys and then Dia.
I don't know. What were you reading while we were waiting though? That's what I don't remember. Because we left off in the middle of 2 stories.
Right, okay, yeah, I do remember that.
What was the other one?
Was it The Ray Sakuma one, did we finish that one? I know we
Oh,
started that.
yeah, I think it's the Risakuma one. Yeah, that one.
Dude, I was at the con and there were two people cosplaying Hajime and Mitsuru. We were like talking, we're like, oh my god, it's almost ours for a second, and they were like, yeah, no, there was a Ray Sakuma here, and I was like, oh my god, they say his full name just like me. Like, he's not Ray. They're like, Ray Sakuma was in the building. I'm like, yeah. Okay, yeah,
beautiful.
so I spent 3 little keys to get the next 3 chapters, and then it's taking my Dia after that.
Gotcha.
So we're all good.
Yeah, let's do the Valkyrie one first, and if we have more time today, we can go back to Rei Sakuma, or next week we can do that one.
Cool, cool.
Yeah. There's I almost lost track of him again.
I remember you were like, okay, which one should we read in the meantime? And I was like, I'm kind of curious about the Ray Sakuma one. And I did just remember that. I was like, I think that's the one we were reading. Like, you would never guess that.
Yeah. Alright, so we left off on Bystanders episode 4. Well, thank you for the follow, Just Angel. I appreciate it. Are you ready for the reading?
I am ready for the reading.
Early October, right after the closing of the Antiques Fair and a conversation with Akayomi Kunigi. Jen, right. So I'm the last one. I don't remember what voice I gave him.
I don't know what he sounds like, TBH.
I'm just gonna use my regular voice and hope that suffices. Are you sure to leave the grand finale to me? Honestly, I was lazy and didn't show up much at the Antiques Fair. Why don't you ask Seiya instead?
No.
Well, that's easier to say than done. Yawn. Also, don't call me at midnight, would you? I'm not a young man anymore. I can never sleep enough. So true. Anyways, what do you want to ask? You're my lovely student, so as your teacher, I'll do what I'm paid for. Transfer student. Fair enough. Oops, sorry. I called you that out of habit. I should call you producer instead, right? It's hard to mind these details as you get old. It's okay to call you transfer student, and you're glad to hear that? Nah, well, transfer student is like your nickname, and producer sounds too polite, right? Though we have to consider how the public might see us.
Not Jin being relatable.
Yeah. I know. When I started working at Yuminosaki, it felt weird to hear students call me Mr. Isagami like I didn't deserve that title. I still don't until now, because I know nothing. Same bestie.
Relatable.
It's not like I'm important enough to receive briefings on everything, so I'm not sure if I can be helpful. I'm unusually secretive today? You think I'm hiding something? Let's see. If you can bring me that magical liquid to loosen my tongue, I might be able to spill out everything. Okay,
Aww.
alcoholic.
Oh, I didn't get that at all. I was like, what? Magical liquid, sir.
Nah, alcohol is bad for my health. What's the point of staying healthy except for to live a little bit longer?
Yes, that's the point.
I've already lived a stupidly long life, you know. I'm not really after that. But there might still be people who'll cry for me if I die. Damn, that's dark. Okay, I can't make anyone cry for me. This principle has been burned into my soul, even though I'm not an idol anymore. The same thing could be said about this incident. A bunch of naive, innocent kids stopped the idiots who were so hung up on the past that they nearly made the same mistake. The last bitter battle between Valkyrie and Doubleface was nothing more than that. Yeah, that's why I think the Antiques Fair was meaningless. Neither were those antique objects themselves. Oh right, that Antiques Fair also served as a presentation of the history of idols. Some common sense for us might be a black box for the public, so yes, wanted to give some kind of history lesson to them. To put it briefly, that part of history is basically the figure called Godfather created everything at one point in the past and developed the idol industry single-handedly, making a brand new era, or the dawn, if you'd like to name it that way. His favorite food is corn soup. That is... What is wrong with him, besides a lot?
Who's?
Jin's, apparently.
Corn soup. Tori loves corn. Corn is Tori's favorite.
And the super idols selected from competitions like SS as the successors to Godfather, or more precisely, the era when people like me began to carry the weight of the entire industry arrived. That was the era of solo idols, but none of those idols, including me, were qualified to represent the god. The industry started to decline and even came to the verge of collapse. Lately, when the unit system has gone mainstream, the industry is supported by all practitioners rather than a single person. Eventually, the person at the center of this revolution was Tenshuin, the son of a business empire. He built the ES building from scratch with a huge amount of capital, pushing the industry to recover little by little. Basically, he has money and he flexed it.
Yeah.
Hello, Nero. Welcome on in and thank you for the head pats. Which has brought us here, a new era we are living in. This is a rough summary of our industry's big tide in history. Do you know why we need this simplified historical narration that the public can understand as easily as making cup noodles? To legitimize the present. So many tragedies occurred during that dark time when everyone was suffering. But now we, ES, have ushered everyone into a new era of light and happiness.
Have you? Are you sure?
We claimed it. We convinced everyone of it. We told the world an easy version of history that works the best for us so they can acknowledge and praise us. The history lecture in the Antiques Fair is that kind of propaganda. Just like pitching to shareholders, the aim is to make people satisfied with the status quo and keep investing in you. It doesn't matter if the history you're telling is true or not. As long as they're all convinced that we are eligible to manage the huge capital known as ES, it's fine. Even if the history we've made up is a complete fantasy. Of course, the key is... The key to telling a successful lie is to mix truth into it. And actually, what we're saying this time is pretty much all true. But things that are not good for us are omitted. It's not a complete lie, but not a faithful account of the fact either. I've been invited to the talk show, but with a long list of banned words. Nothing negative can be said about the present or the era. Whatever we say, good or bad, is to promote ES. This is the only thing allowed. And we can't criticize the industry or the management of ES, or we would be punished for breaching the contract. It's stupid but necessary, and it's an idol's job to provide people with believable fantasies. You're not an idol. It's probably harder for you to go against the higher-ups than before due to the burden of the title producer. But you're not one of the ordinary audience who can simply enjoys everything that's fed to you. Or who simply enjoys. I can't read. So I'm relieved to see whom you've become now. You didn't get brainwashed by ES like the general people. Instead, you're trying to find out the truth in your own way. Akiyan and the others are probably worried sick to see you being this reckless. But I'm kind of proud of you, you know? Thank you for growing up to a nice, I should say, a tough kid, Anzu. You looked as weak as water when you were called transfer student only, but kids grow up fast. Look how incredible you've become. Never give up. This industry was and still a pandemonium, big ass word there. You get eaten alive by monsters if you stepped into it rashly. Why can't I read anymore? I like to praise you for your determination to live in this environment while striving forward. I have nothing left to teach you, and I'm not strong enough to be your shield, but let me help you as much as I can. Come talk to me whenever you need me. For me, you will always be a student who needs protection and guidance, just like what children are to their parents. If you ever have questions and need my advice, feel free to come to me for help. And please choose a reasonable time then, will you?
Ugh. You did lovely.
Was not expecting monologuing, like, immediately, to be honest.
Yeah. Remember, I was like, I won't be monologuing anymore because, like, we're probably not going to read too much with, like, Ira specifically.
Yeah.
So, like, it's more split between us now.
The day of the Antiques Fair, a few hours after the encounter between Miku Kagehira and Kohaku Okawa. Wow.
Shoo! How did it become like this?
God damn it.
Same.
Look at that, Shu. Doll-shaped cookies. You like dolls, right? I haven't tasted them, but they should be sweet and yummy.
Oh, they're cookies. I looked down for a second. I was like, is he gonna eat the dolls? I like half heard that line. Okay, never mind. Many people might associate you with the image of an overprotective mom because of the way you push them. But I don't have a tiger mother, so what you're doing can only annoy me.
No, is that a compliment? I'm flattered. I would just take it. My parents care about nothing but their children's functions. Glad to find something in common between us. Oh dear. We might have both become idols to go against our parents when we were rebellious teens.
Don't lump me in with you. We are different.
So,
You weren't treated as a living sacrifice as one of the 5 eccentrics, nor did you become a revolutionist to make changes. Shouldn't it be revolutionary? Oh no. You couldn't even stay true to your ideal as Morisawa and other members did when you were in the outfit of Ryusetai. You are never used to the burden and duties that you were born with, so you end up being neither good nor evil, just a pitiful vagabond in between. You tried to overthrow the status quo, but failed to build a better future. You are a beast who knows nothing but to destroy. If you were a giant in the myths instead, you might have already created a world or two. But in fact, what do you want? Where do you want to go?
Though your words are still hard to understand. Are you worried about me?
You're one of my beloved friend's friend, kind of. I hate to say this, but I don't want to treat you as an enemy, like spitting on you or kicking you away. You can take... Wait, whose friend is his friend? I don't even know who he's talking about. You can take what I've said as a message from Kanata, your friend who's concerned about... Oh, it's Kanata. Okay, sorry. If I could read.
The puka?
Kanata does not consider, like, him and Mama friends, though. Like, I don't know.
It's complicated.
It's complicated. Never mind.
I don't think he has time to worry about others. But well, if those are what my childhood... if those are what my childhood friends said, I'll take it. While if those are what people call oracles of God, I'll laugh them off for sure.
You don't like God? I think it works pretty well as a symbol of what people are pursuing.
For people who decide to go after a dream that can never come true, they can go ahead and do as they please. But isn't it torture to force someone into an outfit they don't like?
What's the difference between education and torture or brainwashing? I mean, why are you so convinced that you always make the right calls, Mikijima? When we're still far from being proper adults, not to mention some omnipotent beings.
Thoughts?
But forget it. It's no use venting on you. Plus, we have no time and effort to worry about others. The stage is prepared for us, so I'll take this chance and make some money, though I don't want to use my skills for such a worldly purpose. But the situation leaves me with no choice. Adding value to things that are technically the same as any other things made of molecules, like rock or wood. I guess this is what art does. That's how art works.
For my investigation, other than this ordinary antiques fair, there's an underground one like a black market. That's where real valuables will be traded, like your grandfather's legacy.
Nuts.
I might not have the right to say this, but may your grandfather rest in peace. Jesus.
Oh?
The passing of a family member is also why you've been a little off lately, right? I apologize for targeting and attacking you at such a vulnerable time in life. It even surprises me that you can talk with me as usual after all the unforgivable things I've done to you.
Yeah.
There must be some misunderstandings. My grandfather is still alive and will probably live for 200 years. But he isn't able to leave his hospital bed right now, so no matter how energetic he was, he got a bit upset. So he left me a large portion of the family's antique collection in the form of a living will. He said I was the only living family member who could see the real value of these antiques. My grandfather has always been the only one who understands my feelings. He taught me what's valuable, what's worth protecting and polishing in a world where one cannot tell jade from stone.
Dots.
My grandfather is very conventional. He'd get mad at me if I wore girls' clothing or cried after getting bullied.
So.
Though we didn't share the same values, I found my grandfather so cool because he... She would not say so cool, sorry. Because he went all the way to protect his values and principles. I have no interest in being cool. See? But I admire him. I have no intention of imitating him, but I want to live like him. Not as a slave to God or fate, but as an independent human being. I am pursuing what I love with free will. I want to be someone like my grandfather, who's able to treat the world like a plaything and laugh with his head held high. Like, ka-ka-ka. Those are the real legacy my grandfather left me, the lessons he taught, which can drive me towards my goals. And that's the last gift from him, I think. The elderly only remember the past, so he might just be thinking about the time when I begged him for Mademoiselle. Then he gave all his antiques to me, just as in the past when he gave me Mademoiselle.
Are you sure you want to sell such valuable antiques that you hold dear at such a place?
My grandfather would understand, and so would other family members. No matter it's my odd-tempered grandfather or me who suddenly decided to be an idol as if I got a genetic tweak, or those stored antiques are all too much for my family. They won't say anything, no matter how I deal with the antiques, or how I would say won't let them. It's my life, after all.
I think we do have something in common, Shu.
Do not get close to me. That's gross. They are funny interacting.
Yeah.
Anyways, I would sell all the antiques for the highest possible prices at that underground antiques fair and give the money to Kagehira. And that should solve everything. It was my initial plan. If you didn't interfere, everything should have proceeded as planned. I still haven't forgiven you, Doubleface.
So you don't want to hand in the profits you earned from the antiques fair to P Association or the agency. But you'll give it all to Mika alone, right?
Yes, in secret, of course. I even thought about transferring the money to his bank account under the name of Daddy Longlegs or something. He's too naive, so he wouldn't find it suspicious at all. He would probably think miracles do exist in the world with an innocent smile on his face. And I would look at him smiling, feeling satisfied with my plan while hiding my sniggers. Everything would have been perfect. A heartwarming story, but there you came and stuck your head in. Now that everything's been ruined, how will you make it up to me?
Freaking daddy long legs. The fact that you read that straight without laughing is impressive.
Well, I love Daddy Long Legs, like the musical. I mean, I know it's a book, but like, it's a musical to me.
To me, it's a little bug that eats other bugs.
Oh. No, it's a really beautiful musical.
I didn't realize it was a reference. I thought he was just calling himself Daddy with long legs.
Oh no, do you not know the story?
No,
It's
I
like,
don't.
there's this orphan girl and like this guy is like keeps sending her money through like this like anonymous name of like Daddy Longlegs through her whole life. And she
I
doesn't know who
see.
he is. Yeah, no, it's like it's them.
That is very applicable, yes. But no, I did not know that was a thing. I can only make a wry smile at your fantasy, and there are many things that I want to remind you of. I do admit we did something unnecessary, so I won't shamelessly lecture you on this. I know this sounds harsh, but we took action because you were being suspicious in the first place. It's all because of your childish embarrassment. You didn't want Mika to know how much you cared about him. So Yubara made some arrangements with P Association, the organization of the Antiques Fair, for you. And that made him way too suspicious and drew our attention.
What stupid, disgusting logic. Are you saying those bullied children are abused because they did something wrong? That's typical of people like you, claiming that the victim is to blame to justify yourself who let evil go unchecked. The only problem with the victim is being unfortunate, and that's not the reason for you to add insult to injury.
Yeah, violence should not be justified under any circumstances. And that's why we kind of felt bad for what we did, so we are giving you a hand.
Are you expecting us to be grateful? This is the compensation we deserve.
You're right, Doubleface is going to perform together with Valkyrie on the stage of this underground antiques fair. Like the other day, we're gonna duel on stage. You're welcome to defeat us totally.
Yeah, that's the plan. You call it underground, it's not hidden from the public. I was thinking that too, I'm like, they're right there. Like, why is it called underground? It's not hidden from the public, it's just held in a different venue. So what happens at our collaborative lives will soon spread to the world.
I think so, even though Valkyrie lost to us a few days ago. All information on that duel was withheld. On the contrary, this is a competition at the Antiques Fair organized by a P Association, so the result will surely spread like wildfire. And everyone will know Valkyrie is better than Doubleface by then.
We are more than happy to recover our reputation, but what about you? Wouldn't your business be over if people started to question your capabilities?
We're not mafias, you know. I even think people are too afraid of us, so it's better to let their guards down a bit. And then, some careless villains might get complacent and show their cloven hoof. That might be our turn to flex our muscles and hunt them down easily. Okay. It's difficult to recover our reputation once it's damaged, but we can utilize that instead. We don't have to stay clean and pretty, and we don't mind getting our hands dirty. It's a strategy only we can use. It's difficult for Valkyrie or Ryusetai, but we can do the dirty work. Nah, I should say. That's what Doubleface was born for.
Looks like you're having fun, Mikajima.
I don't want to, but unfortunately it suits my personality. And I'm definitely not the person I dreamed to be as a child.
Life is full of disappointment.
Yeah, people tend to fall into traps right when they think everything is going well. That's life, but at least I want to be strong enough to climb out of the trap on my own.
It's alright if you can't. It may sound pathetic, but you can just yell for help from the bottom. There might not be a god or an ally of justice in this world. There are always people who are willing to reach out to you. Why is he so nice?
Good question. No dear.
Say Attention, attention! Hey everyone, are you having fun at the Antiques Fair? 'Cause I am. What is this announcement?
Doesn't sound like a lost and found. Some business stuff, maybe? It sounds like Seiya Hidaka. He's from P Association, too, so it's not surprising for him to be at this Antiques Fair.
Right, I need to introduce myself first. Sorry for being a super idol that lacks common sense. As you all know, I'm Ho-chan's papa. Hey, Ho-chan, easy, easy. We're on air right now, remember? Are you okay with being the worst type of person, a domestic violence perpetrator? If not, put down that dangerous heavy thing in your hands, okay? What the heck is this farce? Anyways, I know this is just a little abrupt, but since this is my job, let me say this. There will be a trade fair of valuable antiques on the new stage in the ES building.
You must be talking about the underground Antiques Fair where we plan to perform.
And I'll offer a tiny piece of my personal collection as well. You can check on the details on the official account of the Antiques Fair. I would just say it's a rare and precious item. I plan to give this treasure for free to the winner of the upcoming live competition. Would it be Valkyrie or Doubleface? Vods. And the winner can sell it for cash on the spot or bring it home. In a word, take this gift from your admirable senior idol. However, I have to give you a little warning. The losing unit will probably face their doom.
Excuse me?
So don't hold anything back. I wish to see our next generation going all out and competing. I've seen enough of the old stuff in the Antiques Fair, so show me something new. I believe everyone feels the same way, right? As a super idol, I know exactly how my fans feel.
Alright.
That was 3 chapters already? Oh my gosh. I am now spending Daya.
Early October, right after the end of the Antiques Fair and all of those conversations.
Why is it like passive aggressive? Well, that was a huge mistake. He's like a millennial, like that just happened. I just did a thing, Ho-chan. Everyone probably thought so, including you. I've done something completely unnecessary. It was all my fault for producing a seed of conflict that complicated the situation. Because I'd made such a fuss, the duel between Valkyrie and Doubleface at the Antiques Fair was drawn into the spotlight. I'm not one to act at a personal request, so people might find it unusual for me to show up for some rookie idols who were not quite visible to the public. At least Valkyrie won the JNLC and other awards, and has gained a fair bit of fame from their past activities. Doubleface, on the other hand, has almost never performed in front of the public. That made people curious and want to learn more about them. So they had to hide their identities as executioners of the darkness in the industry and act as typical and appealing idols. They should claim that they're like any other units under ES. And they have to be active on stage from now on to make everything convincing. People tend to fear the unknown, but at the same time, they're compelled to learn more about the truth. Especially in this era, when information is so dense, usually things can attract even more unwanted attention. That's why Doubleface had to claim that they're nothing more than ordinary idols. They told people an acceptable truth, or we should say, a right answer. Is that my true intention? To force Doubleface out of the shadows to do idol activities in broad daylight? You're right! I love idols and the industry. So I can't put up with Doubleface who labels and eliminates villains based on their arbitrary judgment. Just kidding. It sounds ridiculous even to my own ears. I don't care about the fate of others in this industry, you know. I can function just fine on my own as a super idol. In extreme cases, I won't even care if the whole industry goes down in flames as long as I'm still here. But if that were the case, Ho-chan would definitely be eliminated in the early stages. As a parent, I don't want that to happen. So why did I do this? Before that, shouldn't you ask more about me, who broke into this room uninvitedly and started rambling on? You're rather strange, producer. Forgive me, miss.
Hi.
Just joking. Of course I remember your name, Anzu. Holchan mentions you so often that I can't forget about you even if I try. Besides, I remember everyone who crossed my path. I'm very good at recording and calculating because I'm a machine. I've seen and understood everything behind that antiques fair. The fact that you are investigating. Since I'm also involved with data and proper reasoning, I can easily figure out what happened. Therefore, I'm going to play the role of a great detective and tell you, the confused producer, everything about the truth. You think I'm lying? Of course I am. I have no reason to be nice to you, you know. Ho-chan is pretty obsessed with you, though. He'll probably be furious if he knows about me coming here to talk to you. I didn't mean to piss Ho-chan off, but I do want to tell you about something in person.
Hi.
Yes, it's not usually what I do, and everything I did at the antiques fair was nothing but work. But this is the first time I've acted solely out of my personal feelings throughout this incident. Hope you can be glad to witness something rare, as idols were born to make people happy. Then we can trade the services we provide for money and food to survive. To some extent, we're animals that feed on people's love and attention. Despite being the epitome of such animals, allow me to act as an irrational human for now. Considering who and where you are, you would have no way of knowing what happened at the antiques fair, and you will only end up doing nothing about it. No matter how much you wish for the truth, you can never see through the darkness. So let me provide you with some information you couldn't have known otherwise. After hearing these, you won't be able to turn a blind eye to it, giving up on thinking or go home for a good night's sleep. And if you act now, perhaps you can still change fate, even a little bit. You might not have to end up losing someone important forever, as I did. You might stop those idiots before they turn around and abandon you selfishly without leaving a single word. Of course, you might fail instead. Maybe there's nothing you can do no matter how hard you try. After all, changing fate in the world is way too hard. So probably, I'm doing something unnecessary. All I get at the end might be a flack from everyone, including Ho-chan. All pain and no gain, or great pains but in vain. Call it whatever you like. However, I can't pretend I haven't realized this. That's how a machine works. It can't ignore even a single string of code. You don't understand what I'm saying? I don't blame you for that. You're always being protected away from the vortex of darkness. He sure likes to talk about the darkness. Everyone's love and care for you have instead blinded you from seeing the truth. But I don't love you or care for you. I'm going to expose you to the darkness out of my own intentions and my own feelings. Yes, I, personally, do not want to see the tragedy I've experienced to repeat itself. I'll get so upset that I won't be able to smile just by seeing something similar. If that happens, I can't function as an idol anymore.
Hi.
That's right, Anzu. I don't want you and your important childhood friend Madara Mikachima to step on the same rake as Akahoshi and I. They are not childhood friends. Even if you survive under the care and protection like how a child is taken care of by parents. I won't say these precautions are meaningless, but you can do nothing to make up for that loss when your loved one is gone. Yes, I don't want you, the person Ho-chan loves, to become someone like me who lives the rest of my life in regret. This might be the last thing Ho-chan hopes for. A lot of Seiya.
Yep. I love the voice you gave him, though. It's really funny.
I don't know how he talks.
It's okay. The day of the Antiques Fair, where the performance of Valkyrie and Doubleface is about to start.
You look stupid there. Come and wake up, Antiques. Oh, how sad that the world has forgotten your value. Now we are going to bring you to life again. Valkyrie and Doubleface, we will bestow you with a new life and a pair of lips that can sing the most beautiful curses. Be furious, Let your voice run wild. Curse this world that has abandoned you.
She was speaking fantasy-like lines, but is wearing a scary face, said the normal. This ghost lingering in this world might get called back to life by his resonant voice. For someone as fastidious as Shu, I can't believe he made that weird pause before saying double face. I could tell how reluctant he was.
He looks stupid too.
Yeah. Though it's reasonable for him to be frustrated with this situation, we need to show our smiles to the audience. Well, but I'm not sure if I'm looking any better than him. Nope. Music notes. Fastidious? Words are hard, but I'm glad you're here to help us.
Diddy!
Diddy.
Not joking. Thank you for clarifying.
I'm also unusually upset today. I can feel my facial expressions are a bit fixed, so I have no right to accuse Shu. Neither Valkyrie nor Doubleface are typical idols who are loved by everyone. And most visitors to the underground antiques fair are adults who are here to buy antiques only. So it's better not to make any shrill screams, but to create a more serious atmosphere. And honestly, sometimes it's easier for me to look scary. My idealized image is ma'am, but in the end, Doubleface is a better fit for me. That's why when the big gun whom no one dares to disobey, when Seiya Hidaka interfered and pressured us, I was engulfed by a strong impulse to go against him. Since I was happily doing whatever I want as Doubleface before he appeared. And I ended up saying things like I didn't mean to do this. As Kohaku pointed out, I'm probably enjoying working as a unit.
It seems you're not enjoying the show, Mikajima. If you're not devoted to it, get out of my way. We didn't ask for your help in the first place. You've come uninvited, and there's no way I can save you if you end up doing more harms than help.
Frankly, it's ridiculous for allies of justice to get saved.
Since when do you two represent justice?
There's no point saving us if you're evil, right? Or if we're evil, I can read.
You may be resolved to walk on a thorny path. However, shouldn't you at least show some real hope to your partner who has been drawn into this situation?
Good question. Mika will appear eventually.
Yeah, where's Mika? This is what I've been keeping in mind. There are so many things I need to reflect on, like, I shouldn't have acted on my own. I should have told Kagehira everything in the beginning. Though he would have probably been reluctant to accept my help. I thought that wouldn't help, and it would embarrass me for reaching out first, so I acted without telling him. Now I admit I was wrong. If I had opened up with him, he'd certainly accepted my help. But I arrogantly assumed his feelings instead of believing in him. In the end, I'm only being selfish. That is my sin. If executioners like you are brought here by what I did, then I am willing to accept my punishment. Therefore, I've agreed to stand on the same stage with someone unsightly and filthy like you.
I can tell how much you hate us. Can't be helped, though, and I'm used to it. But please don't hate Kohaku. He's only a victim who got involved, especially this time.
I know. But Mikajima, I'm going out of my way to advise you, and you aren't listening at all, are you? When you're in a team, you can't just assume you know everything about your partner, which I've learned too late from this incident. This experience is more valuable than all the treasures in the world.
Huh? What do you mean?
Seeing is believing. Have a look yourself, Mikajima. Do you still think these kids are the only victims who got involved? Like, is it just Mama and Shu on the stage? Like, are the other two there?
They're there. Kohaku seems just appearing up. I like that Hifumi just keeps calling Shubingus.
Bingus. I've seen people on Twitter call him Shungus.
That's
I'm
even
like,
better.
That's too far.
Music notes. Oh god, how does Kohaku sound? It's been so long. What's wrong with those two behind us? They're so noisy. You have to get used to it, Kohaku. Talking on stage is a tradition of Yuminasaki.
So true.
Hello, cats! My cat is trying to get on my lap. Now's not the time, sir. Hello?
Meow, meow,
Hi.
meow.
He's putting his paws all over me. Sir. Hi, I know you're there. Please go. Ow, fine. You know what? Fine, fine. You get to be on my lap. You win this round. Can you hear his purrs? Look. Cat. Okay. I don't think he's gonna settle down. Cat, wait, why? Why has cat?
As soon as Mika appears.
Yeah, basically. Okay.
Shungus.
Hey, cat, I need you to settle down or get off my lap at this point. Okay, hopefully the cat won't interrupt us too much more. Seriously, Yumanasaki is bonkers. The more I hear about it, the more questions I have. What the heck is going on there? Who knows?
Bonkers.
Bonkers? You mean crazy? Yeah, sorry. The slang and accent I use were a bit annoying. That's fine. I found I can get you easily. Everyone talks in a Tokyo accent. I mean, standard accent. So people don't think they have an accent at all. But the US building is not in a city like Tokyo. Anyways, I think the word standard is pretty arrogant. East Japan used to be some countryside long ago. As time changes, the meanings of regular, normal, or average are different. The same can be said about what's right and real. The antiques at this fair might be some rocks that people could easily find everywhere way back then, right? Now there's some sort of treasure that everyone is chasing after. So, cat, not now.
I thought that was just the noise.
Cat, why? Stop, sir, please. Hello. Down. Sir. Sir. He is trying so hard to get up. No.
Like on the table?
On me, on my lap.
Oh. He wants snuggles.
It's really cute, but now's not the time. Why don't you take your time and order your thoughts first, Kagehira? Nah. I wanted to say this long ago. You can call me Mika, because I'm calling you Kohaku. Posture check. My posture is fine, actually. The cat, on the other hand, seems to disagree.
I am laying on my stomach.
As long as you're comfortable, I guess.
This is like how I lay. Like I never sit at my desk. I have to be like in my bed constantly.
That's fair. No, why do you always jump to another topic? I mean, I pretend to know a lot of things, but Valkyrie rarely talks on stage. So I'm not used to it, and it makes me nervous about performing while talking. Then you don't need to talk. Even though the result of this match is predetermined, it'd be disrespectful to our audience if we didn't show enough enthusiasm, right?
Kohaku's like, can everyone shut up on the stage, actually?
Basically. That's exactly what an idol would say. Yeah? I learned that from love. Unfortunately, my very reliable fellows in the same unit have taught me nothing about being a proper idol.
You know, I don't like Kohaku, but he's so real sometimes.
Yeah. I keep wondering if I'm actually doing alright and eligible to be an idol. I know how you feel. I often feel that anxiety too. I'm, in a sense, your senior. I might be getting ahead of myself. I can give you some advice. If you're feeling nervous, don't think about the teammates behind you. You should look at the audience in front of you. That feels reverse, but, you know. Your allies are reliable and wonderful. Believe in them. Knowing what they do everything perfectly. You just need to keep looking in front of you. That way, the audience's eyes and reactions will tell you the right answer. You'll be able to understand how they feel, which will tell you what to do next. For me, I feel as if invisible strings are reaching over, guiding me to move in the most comfortable way. And then I can dance well. That's my trick to performing on stage. I have never told anyone about it. Thoughts? Don't tell Teach about this. I've used the metaphor of a marionette, but I am a human of flesh and blood now. I know. You don't need to explain it. It's easier for you to think of it that way, right? I often make sense of idle activities by comparing them to my family business, so I get that. Come to think of it, idols are a group of unbelievable people, aren't they? They can incorporate every concept and trait. Even monsters or villains will become proper beings worthy of being called idols once they stand on stage. The audience is the only people who can decide whether we are worthy of the name. This is tricky because they can't be solved by force. Compared to this, taking care of bad guys is like child's play. That's exactly why everyone's so obsessed with it. It's challenging. Since no one has the right answer yet.
Kagehira, how many times do I need to tell you not to talk on stage?
But you were talking with Mikajima just now, Washi-san. You and Mika seem pretty close now, right, Kohaku? I don't know why, but he got attached to me, so we're looking around the antiques fair together today. You were the one who got me involved in this mess. I couldn't believe you just left saying, do whatever you want before the performance. Sorry, but you don't find me annoying if I hang around you? But don't you find me annoying God reading? Who told you that? Stop making things up. What a disgrace. Do you think everyone around you is some tiny insect that will get crushed if you step on them? Don't underestimate us. I'm not going to get defeated that easily. I've learned how to protect this one and only life just like you. That's why I'm teaming up with you. Do not ever look down on me because I'm short. Assassination is about skills, gut, and resolve, not strength. You hear me? Why are you always talking about something violent? But yeah, sorry. She also scolded me for that. I guess it's not necessarily a good thing to be too considerate of people around me. What a nice way to put it. Be careful next time not to let people think you're patronizing them. One man's fault is another's lesson. The same goes for you, Kohaku. You need to fix your attitude of being unnecessarily snobbish, just like me. What did you say? I know I'm immature in a lot of ways, but I'm probably a better person than you are. Damn.
He kinda is right, though.
Yeah. Stop, don't argue with each other. Our performance is about the ball of antiques that start moving around at night, remember? You'll ruin the atmosphere if you talk loud on stage. My apologies for my partner being too noisy. So everything's my fault now. Yep, as always. Do you have a problem with that? Damn.
Kohaku's like, everyone shut the fuck up, actually.
Yeah. Shoo, this kid is so scary. Can I exchange him with your Mika?
Oh my god!
What nonsense are you talking about? You think I'd ever say yes?
Nah, why'd you get caught up in Double Face's pace too, Oshi-san? Things are getting out of control. I'm relieved to feel that our units have a chemistry. I was pretty worried because of the stupid announcement made by that Seiya Hidaka. Right, he announced that Valkyrie and Doubleface would duel with each other, and the winner would get the valuable treasure. That treasure remains a secret, and we put ourselves into a weird situation because we decided to let Valkyrie win. We didn't mean to have a real competition this time. Yeah, everything should have followed the script, and that Seiya Hidaka suddenly said the losers would face their doom. We can't let our guards down before figuring out what he meant. We're different from Valkyrie. We are on the dark side.
The darkness.
Compared to the other regular units, we're much more likely to be destroyed. Just like the previous GFK incident, we'll be held guilty if compelling evidence is found in an investigation. That's right, we can't really go against the higher-ups of ES. And for someone like Ibata, I won't be surprised if they've already obtained solid evidence that can crush us once and for all. We're caught up in our own traps. Of course, people who know us would know that would still happen if we're cornered. Indeed, we're going down. We'll take all higher-ups going down with us. At the very least, we need to let them know that's our plan for the worst case. We'll keep running headlong into danger. This is Doubleface, an unstoppable bloody blade that eliminates all evil one by one. Yes, we should state clearly that we're not obedient puppets, but something way more dangerous. And we accepted the commission to investigate and eliminate Ibata, our superior. We'll target anyone and everyone as long as there's a commission. At least we need to make the public see us that way.
I see. So that's what this is all about.
Yeah? What? There's so many words I don't understand, so I have no idea what they're talking about. But somehow I feel the words are all scary. For Mika. The scam that my orphanage encountered, it doesn't seem like a big deal in front of them. Or even like a trivial problem.
No matter how others see it, it's significant to you, right?
No, I should have kept that scam a secret from you.
Do you really think I wouldn't know anything about that? So naive. I suggest you slightly change the way we communicate. Next time when you are in trouble, make sure you discuss it with me, and I'll do the same. Don't find excuses like you forgot we've been equal now. Let's support each other and grow stronger, Kagehira. Let us climb higher than ever and be strong enough that no one can hurt us.
Okay. Seems both our duos have room for growth. We still learn from that unit called 2-Wink. I mean, they have their own... Right. You don't really know about them, do ya? You don't come from Yumenosaki, and you're new to this industry after all. That's true. But people often presume I know everything about Yumenosaki, which is irritating. I'm new to this industry, like an infant who doesn't know about anything.
Haha, since you're so adorable, so pure and innocent, there are things for you to save, darkness for you to illuminate, and haze for you to clear.
What's...
Actually, I did so much preparation in order to defeat you at this antiques fair, Doubleface. However, you two were not bothered by that at all, getting along so well with each other. I feel the burden on my shoulders, and the negative feelings in my mind have disappeared. It'd ruin everything if Mikajima and I were to bring our conflict and grudges onto the stage that you've been looking forward to. So I made some slight changes to my plan. It was too late to redo the outfits all from scratch, so I revised the plot.
I see. I don't know what you did on Earth, but thanks. For us, we're grateful that you prepared everything. We just need to wear the outfit you've made and follow your guidance. Frankly, we're relaxed now, and I don't even know why you're being so nice to us. Don't get us wrong, we're not doing this for you. We want to make every life perfect, even when we're sharing the stage with our enemies.
Exactly. That's the stage of Valkyrie. A perfect stage for real idols. Be grateful that you can be part of it.
Well, we are. We didn't prepare anything since we planned to be the losers. Thank you for the hard work, Shu. You've been a great help, really. Glad you say that. It was such a hard job. This person didn't even go back to Paris and shut himself in my dorm doing all the preps. I even told him this would put my roommate Ritsu out. Oh no, not Ritsu.
Didn't he get hooked by what we did and end up helping us? As expected from Ray's little brother, he is brilliant and full of curiosity.
Yeah, and is a lot better with his hands than me. The decorations on this outfit were all made by Ritsu. No.
Aww.
I see. You're pretty tight on time. I can't believe you could finish such a magnificent stage and incredible outfits. It's not an easy feat at all.
Kakaka. That's what Valkyrie is, you know? Like, kakaka? I think that's so funny. Is this chapter 13? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Of course, I decided to participate in the Antiques Fair long ago, so a lot of preparations were done in advance. However, as you might know, my condition has been at an all-time low lately. Most of the set pieces were made within a week after that humiliating duel. Still, it's impossible for any idols to defeat us without making a surprise attack as you did. And I won't be arrogant and underestimate my enemies this time. I came prepared with everything for today.
We woke up with a sleeping lion, didn't we?
Isn't that your true intention? I think that's not my wild guess. Someone was being considerate and sent you to prevent us from losing our footing, right?
Well, who knows?
Whatever. The truth is always hidden in the dark, and it's not our duty to find it out. Not like you, we only have one goal, to pursue the ultimate beauty in art. That's why we are always short of funds, but that can be solved by the method I told of Mikajima. The treasure Seiya Hidaka provides can potentially be helpful as well.
Huh? That's supposed to be a gift for the winner. Are you that confident of winning against us despite the last crushing defeat?
We will be the winner this time, no matter whether things are prearranged or not. We've prepared ourselves the best we could to bring about a perfect stage, so no one in this world can defeat Valkyrie now. No humans, at least. You better ask some deities for help if you want to win.
No, that's fine. I'm fully aware we can't defeat Valkyrie in a fair fight, though I'd love to crush your confidence. But we're not knights who fight with dignity. We'll ensure victory by hook or by crook if you want. You can have it this time, however. We don't need that because we don't enjoy unnecessary murders like some serial killers. Nah, but wouldn't the loser face their doom? No worries. I done some investigation and found that Seiya Hidaka said was most likely a joke. Question mark? It's difficult to explain everything, but I'll give you a hint. Just guess who our client is. Once you got that part, everything would be clear as day. That person seemed to have everything figured out just now.
My name is Shuitsuki. Nice to meet you. Hee hee, thank you for taking care of Kagehira today. I don't know why I read it like that.
I mean, it is kind of out of nowhere, to be honest, so...
Yeah, what the fuck?
You should have said that when you first met Washi-san. Also, stop staring at Kohaku. Do you have a thing for him? Mika, calm down. No wonder why you seemed overly enthusiastic about Kohaku's outfit. And it makes sense that you like the smaller framed one speaking the same accent.
Stop making silly guesses, Kagehira. I give my love equally to all the outfits I make, regardless of who is going to wear them. Even if double face is our enemy, I have still prepared the outfits perfect for them and the songs for the show. So this performance will end with our most glorious victory. We just need to perform perfectly until the curtain falls. We'll win, just as we've planned. and will walk away with Lee Dollar, the profits from the Antiques Fair, and Seiya Hidaka's treasure. Problems can be solved. Then we'd live happily ever after. I know Mikajima might laugh at me, but isn't it my favorite fairy tale? Like, ending? What?
Yeah, congratulations. It's a happy ending.
Yeah. So I won't get involved in your business later. Go and do whatever you want, Doubleface. I'll pray for you to have an equally happy ending.
Question mark. Say Miko. I don't quite get it, Oshi-san. Can you explain it to me?
Okay, I'll tell you and share everything with you. As I've just promised, I won't treat you as a kid and hide things from you ever again. Let us put away the questions for now and focus on the stage.
Yeah, I'm no good at putting things aside, and I don't like it. We've been chit-chatting in front of our audience for too long. Still in front of the audience. I'm too dumb to understand complex issues and the future stuff, so I'd focus on the present. I'm gonna show the most unforgettable beauty to the people who have come all the way to see our performance.
Oh!
It's gonna be the perfect memory that they can only enjoy at this moment and more valuable than any antiques at this antiques fair. And there are kids who will be inspired when they see this. I know the innocent emotions of kids might sometimes attract bad people and bad luck, but even so, I'll never stop singing. I'll be a useless failure if I get scared and intimidated. At least I should fulfill my function. I have to be an idol everyone admires and loves. I'll smile alongside my beloved Oshi-san. I don't need to think of anything complicated, but to give it all I've got. I'll keep singing until my life burns out. Music notes. Cute.
Is he sitting down in that card?
I think so, yeah.
I was like looking at it, I like couldn't tell. The angle was so weird.
Yeah, that's fair. Early October.
One sec, let me get the Dia thing.
Okay. First
It, like, makes me-
epilogue.
It makes me watch like this little lock unlocking animation.
That's
Okay, I'm good.
dumb, but okay. Early October, right after the end of the antiques fair and the conversation with Seiya Hidaka at late night.
Oh, is that so? That's why you started to investigate without anyone's requirement? You're fully aware there will be a guillotine waiting for you at the end of it. I feel bad for Mikajima and others who tried to pull you away from the vortex. You've made all their efforts useless, haven't you, Anzu? No, I'm not accusing you. I like passionate people, just like my love. My wife! But she could probably burn the guillotine to a crisp if she were in your situation. Yes, so I wish you the same strength. You ask if the situation is truly dangerous. I can't say anything about it. You've smelled the danger, haven't you? You started to look into everything around the antiques fair, right? You know what Doubleface is for. You know it won't be anything above board. Wait, you know it won't be anything above board as long as they're involved. You can feel your childhood friend inching closer and closer into the darkness. I guess Mikajima's efforts to keep you out of this has backfired. It was the worst move he could make against the kind of person like you. No, you're similar to my wife in that sense as well, which is lovely. I kind of like you more.
Hello?
Hello? Above board means like legit honest. I've never heard that before. I was like,
Neither
huh?
have I.
Yes? Enough joking around and getting to the point. Right, I did promise you some information, and I haven't done that yet. Since it's already late at night, I'll keep it short. The one who commissioned Doubleface to eliminate Ibara Saigusa is me. The last active super idol, Seiya Hidaka. Have you figured it out? To be precise, it was Ibara Saigusa who commissioned them through me, which meant he had ordered Doubleface to get rid of himself. What a weird way of committing suicide. Haha, of course Ibarra had no intention of dying. If he got targeted by the same surprise attack as Doubleface carried out against Valkyrie, he probably couldn't have protected himself. He was the real client, so he knew he would be targeted and had got fully prepared.
Ah,
It's like professional wrestling. I guess young people like you won't find it interesting these days. If wrestlers know an attack is coming, they'll be defensive against the upcoming pain and impact. The attack that would otherwise take them down could be withstood in tightened dabs. Ibarra risked doing the same thing. Can you see why he did this seemingly foolish thing? First, Ibarra would be excluded from the list of suspects. Normally, no one would hire an assassin to kill themselves, right? So it made people think it was someone else who gave the order to Doubleface. Like an open announcement saying Doubleface is not Ibarra's pawn or his private hitman. This is why Ibarra has been regarded as a dangerous figure, but now he's rebuilt his reputation with this script. That way, he's less likely to be eliminated by other parties in the future. I mean, if Ibarra keeps being seen as a tyrant controlling executioners like Doubleface, he'll probably get targeted by assassins from his enemies someday. But this incident reduced that possibility. Of course, since Ibarra had well prepared for Doubleface's investigation, no evidence was found. So he could prove his innocence even if he's always been accused of scheming.
Hi.
The idol business is a business of trust, after all. We profit from being trusted. Since Doubleface failed to find any reasons to eliminate Ibarra, they couldn't do anything to him. So not only did Ibarra keep himself safe, but he benefited greatly from this. Like giving the troublemaking Valkyrie a warning while solving their problem. Ibarra's always getting underestimated by people close to him, but he's actually very capable. Do you understand now, Anzu? The whole thing was plotted by Ibarra. He controlled everyone to act according to his script he wrote, and became the biggest winner of this entire event. Like, those credits he earned cannot be bought with money. Money's not a big deal. Ibarra has enough money for 2 lifetimes and is an excellent businessman. He can probably solve things like Mika's financial problems in the blink of an eye. For example, the valuable treasure that was given to Valkyrie through me. Yes, that treasure was actually Ibarra's property. It's probably a gem or something. The debt of Kagehiro's orphanage is nothing compared to that. They'll probably need to worry more about how to spend the rest of the money after selling it. Yeah, I thought it was strange to suddenly offer them a large sum of money, leading to my unnecessary move that made things tricky.
Hi.
Indeed, there are 2 Daddy Longlegs in this story, Shu Itsuki and Ibarra Sayagusa. Ah, in that case, am I the monkey who's running errands for Daddy Longlegs? Yeah? Why was I willing to follow Ibarra's orders? You're right. Ibarra, or even Eden, is insignificant compared to me. That explains why you found it strange and I listened to Ibarra like one of his subordinates. It's simple. I gained a lot from it too. I can only put it this way. Walking around the exhibitions with Holchan and other ordinary family does make me very happy. Yes, I asked Ibarra to plan this just because I wanted to spend the holidays with my family. Shouldn't I be awarded Father of the Year? Fine, this is an extra reward actually. My ultimate goal is to somehow acquire a part of GFK's legacy as my personal collection. That's why I made a rare move for kids this time. What exactly is the legacy? Though I don't know it has anything to do with you, I can tell you it's something related to my pal Akehoshi. You might get a chance to know what it is someday, but it's irrelevant to the event we're discussing. So the treasure they got was a gemstone?
I guess.
Go for them. I was like, what treasure does Seiya have? But no, it just belonged to Ibarra. It's fine. Anyways, the mastermind behind all this is Ibarra, and Doubleface is a little monkey dancing in the palm of his hand. You're probably still suspicious of me, but there's no dirty secret that will destroy any idol this time. And there won't be anyone getting eliminated like GFK, at least not yet.
Hi.
Valkyrie just got involved accidentally as well. But because of this, Kagehira's financial issue finally got solved, and the bond of the unit grew stronger. So isn't it nice? Frankly, you can't be an idol if you're crying and moaning like a victim over something trivial like this.
Nah, did someone call me?
Huh? Speak of the devil!
Hmm? You're Mr. Seiya Hidaka. Good evening. Also, why are you walking together with Mr. Hidaka, Hanzu? You're both from P Association, right? Are you getting off work this late? You must be tired. Make sure you have some good rest.
Yes. And you? What are you doing here late at night?
Me? I can't say I'm here to repay my debt.
You've said it out. But we know all about your situation, so you don't need to hide that from us.
Yeah, that's kinda embarrassing. But I've been having some financial problems lately. But now it seems like the problems are finally resolved. Someone helped to claim all my spread debt, so I can repay everything all at once, and I'm here for that. For some reason, they asked me to meet them in the underground stage of the ES building, so I rushed here. Yeah? You ask why the stage of the ES building? No. Guess they're also related to the idol industry?
Yes, that's right. That fraud case led to the depths. That fraud case that led to the depths was probably done by a business competitor. Who's targeting Valkyrie, or should I say Cospro? Most likely some other idol agencies that are not related to ES. That's why they can convince people with their lies about building a training school for kids to become idols. Of course, this is only my speculation.
Right. Anyways, I'm alright now. Sorry for making you worry, Anzu. I know somehow we're always in trouble and being unstable. We are never gonna disappoint our fans in you, Anzu.
Yes, I believe in you, Kagehira.
What? You're too close.
I've unexpectedly found something valuable on the stage of the Antiques Fair, and it's you, Kagehira.
Hello? Eh? Eh?
You never hesitate to fulfill your function, even to the point that you're willing to burn out your life for others' expectations, right? Ultron inherited my wife's personality, so he's probably unable to do that. I also had high expectations for June, who was educated thoroughly by his parents, but he seems to have had a hard time giving up his humanity. And then I found you, Mika Kagehira. You're the only idol with an ES as broken as I am. You have the potential to be the successor of the super idol Seiya Hidaka.
What? What do you mean? What's wrong with this person? I don't get what he's saying, but it feels scary.
Well, you don't need to think too hard about it. Not yet. It's also possible that I was mistaken. I'm not a producer, but an idol after all. I'm not confident in my ability to see people's potential. Come to think of it, we're probably going to miss everything if we keep talking here. Let's hurry to the underground stage.
Yeah. So we're going to the same place, Anzu?
Yes, but just to make sure one last time. You will probably witness something you never wish to see if you choose to come with us, Anzu. It's a reality that's uglier than nightmares, and the truth that's hidden deep inside the darkness that people living a happy life like you do not need to know about. If you're alright with that and can risk getting hurt, then come with us. It'd be troublesome if you complain about it afterward. And there's no way out of it once you step inside. Are you sure you want to continue?
A few minutes later, the ES underground stage. I'm very confused.
Truly underground.
Yep. Huh? Mika? What? Kohaku. You're finally calling me by my name. I didn't even realize it. 3 years older than me. You're okay with it, right? We perform together and are like friends now. Really? I'm so happy. I've always wanted a friend who I can chat with at the same agency.
Aww.
Don't you often talk happily with June as well? Yeah, but June is from Eden, one of ES's big 3, so I'm still scared to talk to him when there's other people around. I worry people might think, who dares to talk to our Master June like that? Oh dear. I see. So you're alright to talk to me since Crazy Bee is just nobody? No, that's not what I'm saying. Don't get me wrong, please. You should stop treating me like a newbie. If you don't want to get stung, Mika. Friends are supposed to be equal, right? You don't need to be too kind to me. Nah, but I want to take care of you like what I do with Two-Wing because you're younger than me. I'm used to being Mika Nissan in the orphanage.
Aww.
Somehow it reminds me of the past and makes me feel reassured. Oh, though I want to talk to you more. We're out of time. Now it's my turn. Your turn? Are you going on the stage soon after the end of the Antiques Fair too? You're so tough. Unlike you guys, our specialty is being nimble and agile. But the performance has ended already. We just have some leftover work to do. Nah, like Polaroids? Polaroids? Is that an idol-specific term? I need to learn about those too. I almost forget I'm an idol when I'm dealing with these bloody businesses. Bloody businesses? Mika's so confused and same. Why are there so many epilogues?
Yeah. This is the last one.
More mama dayo. Sorry, Kohaku. I tried to ambush them on their way home, but it seemed they were on their guard, so they got away. What a shame. What a failure, he says with a smile on his face.
Wait, sorry, I'm having like an issue.
Oh dear.
Oh, okay, there it goes. All good.
Okay. That's why I told you to finish it off before the performance. Yeah, maybe because we did unexpectedly well at the Antiques Fair yesterday. So there was a lot more audience than we expected, and they were all looking forward to our performance. We cannot disappoint them both as allies of justice and as idols, right? Though someone might be mad at us either way. Compared with idols who are pursuing their high ideals, we're nothing but fakes no matter how hard we try. Yeah, but their functions only someone suspicious like us can fulfill. Just like no one would use a valuable volume of an encyclopedia to wipe their shoes dry. Stop trying to come up with stupid metaphors. Aren't we chasing after our target? Yeah. You mean the one who's trying to hide near the stage? Yes, I didn't expect them to be so agile, but I won't lose this race as the former captain of the track and field club. Oh dear.
Oh?
Wait, freeze, you scoundrel! Take your retribution! What's going on? Say Mika. It's better not to know, but we can't keep this from you since you've got involved. Actually, soon after a busy day, we received a new commission today. Or to be more precise, we were notified about our actual target. Now we're going to get rid of the real villain who's attacking Cospro. Thanks to the incidents of the Antiques Fair, we figured that guy out. Yes, though the guy is extremely good at hiding and fleeing, we finally got hold of the trails. That's right. At the Antiques Fair yesterday, Mr. Hidaka gave a treasure to Valkyrie, right? That was actually a very rare and valuable gem. It's easy to know the gem's whereabouts because it stands out like a sparkling idol or a star. And the gem, I already gave it to the person who owned all my debts as the repayment. Our deputy director asked me to do so last night. Yeah, I'm sorry to keep this from you, but we actually installed a tracking device in that gem. Hello? And has helped us to gather evidence of that person's wrongdoings. The one who owed all your debts is exactly the culprit behind the scam that your orphanage in debt in the first place. I can't read. That got your orphanage in debt in the first place. Why is this so hard? That means Ibarra has obtained decisive evidence on who has been attacking Valkyrie and Cospro. This guy even bragged endlessly about their evil deeds while holding the gem. So we recorded everything, and we're going to teach that guy a lesson. Please do. You don't need to go that far. I'd be happy to repay the debts and call it a day. Well, the world would be peaceful ever after... Would be peaceful ever after if all wrongdoings could be solved that way? Okay. But these people feed on their living blood of the prey until it's dead. Their goal isn't the money, but to attack Cospro. They won't stop just because you repaid your debts. This is a war that won't end until one side meets its end. However, our target this time is just some small-time villain, so we're not gonna take their life this time. This other guy had also targeted Nudie, which is closely related to many idol training schools. This is a huge possibility that they have something to do with the Nudie's financial crunch. Looks like they're targeting ES as a whole instead of Cospro or Nudie specifically. We'll get rid of them. Both Cospro and Nudie are my bosses, so you have every right to fight back if they're coming at us. Though it's not a good thing to say. We won't need to pay the debts if we get rid of them, Mika. And you can spend the rest of the money on your beloved kids. No. This is way better than putting money in the pockets of those bad guys. But... Why, Kohaku? Why are you doing this? I don't like scammers and bad people either, but... It's not an idol's job to punish them, am I wrong?
Yep.
No, you're right, Mika. Idols shouldn't be those who bring people happiness and... should be those who bring people happiness and dreams. But we're just not one of them. Some real problems in this world can't be solved by talking and dreaming. Someone needs to get their hands dirty. And the someone just happens to be us. And of course, we benefit from these jobs too. Crazy Bee caused a lot of trouble for ES and its idols during the summer. What I'm doing right now is making up for the losses. As long as we can still be used, we won't get thrown away. I don't know about Nikki, but this way, Alice, Renee, and Himeri can continue to be idols, their favorite job. And I'm okay with it, at least for now. Kohaku, are you really okay with it? Dots.
Hi!
Hey, Kohaku, you scolded me for being careless, but you're slacking off while chatting with your friend. But it's no big deal. You're more fitting for the world on the other side. Feel free to leave the rest to me and turn back. Don't be stupid. You can't win alone, no matter how strong you are. Also, I became full of stains the moment I was born into my family. People would turn away from me and with their noses pinched even if I turned back and chose to walk under the sun. So I'll see how far I can go with you. At least you smell the same as me. I tried to stop you, sort of. The same goes for you, Hanzu. Why are you here? This is not somewhere you're supposed to be. Do you still think I'm your kind and gentle brother Madara? Your childhood friend who can live without you, without doing anything bad? Or do you think it's wrong for me to step into the darkness? That's not true, Hanzu. You're wrong from the very beginning. Now I'm busy punishing those poor villains, so there's no time to explain. But everything you know about me is fake. I'm never someone who deserves your respect. So don't worry about me and get home. It's late at night. You have work tomorrow, right? Even the sun is asleep now, so you should have a good rest too. That's all I have to say. Good night and farewell, producer. Oh.
Where was Shu?
I don't know. I guess he's not in the darkness.
Dude, darkness count like 15. Like they were talking about the darkness.
Maybe when I make the edited video, I can do a darkness counter and see how many times it was actually said.
Literally, why was Shu not in the last chapter though? Like, I don't know, it just felt like it should have been all four of them.
Yeah.
Also, I didn't do anything in the last chapter. Fine, it's fine. So I finally know the antique lore.
Same.
Oh yeah, I think Mika getting jealous of Kohaku is really cute.
Yeah.
He's like, Oshi-san, is he your type? And everyone is just standing there like, what?
Hifumi has asked why you don't like Kohaku.
I just think he's annoying. He's like everywhere and like I don't know, his personality is very contradictory. Like, he's fluffy one moment and then he's not. And I'm like, choose. I don't know if that made sense. I think they wrote a lot into his character and there's too much going on. He is pink though.
He is pink, yes.
Are we reading the race off Google?
Would you like to?
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay.
I don't think we had that many chapters left in it.
No, it didn't look like it.
Oh, did you see the Death Game Holic music video that just came out?
I did not.
It's not good.
Oh dear.
I didn't like it. They didn't give Koga his guitar. That's
How
like
dare.
the whole plot of like that song is that Koga has a guitar.
That's wild.
I didn't like it. Anyways.
Well, it looks as though sparks are exploding here and there. It would have been easier if everything had settled as soon as we graduated. Alas, we are still living in a complicated and intertwined network. And it applies not only to the people but to the land, too. There are complicated and bizarre causes and effects happening on this very land.
Oh, the special music zone. I remember that. The special music zone is such a remnant of the past that the veterans, especially those in Rhythm Link, are reluctant even to get involved. Ah. Like Koga?
I think so.
Oh my god. Two of them. Oh no, he guess for those granddaddies it's a land of outlaws or something. I bet most of them saw that special music zone collapse and die out with their own eyes. They won't jump on board that easily this time, thinking they'd just repeat history. After all, no one wants to be on the short end of the stick, especially for that forehead who just loves to suffer.
I see what you mean. That's why we youngsters are getting jobs in the current situation where the veterans are striking back. I guess we are getting those jobs only because the big names don't want them. Again, it's silly for us to compete for jobs as we're in the same agency. It'd be better if we could divide the work.
True enough. Although Rhythm Link has asserted its control over the special music zone, thus taking the lead in the redevelopment process, none of the veterans, the greatest asset of our agency, are willing to get themselves involved with the special music zone. As a result, our agency is at a loss. Idiots. Are they some kid who grabbed and held onto a snack in front of them only to find out later that it's a mud ball? Is this some Buddhist folk tale that we're talking about? Oh well. Haha, hearing the word coming out of your mouth, I assume that Hasumi Dono must have lectured you a lot, Ogami Dono. I've known this bastard glasses longer than you.
Anyway, I see this as quite a windfall, as it's great for us rookies in Rhythm Link who desperately need work. It's never a bad thing to have jobs at hand. If you do well, it'll give us a further boost to our upward momentum since MDM. But I do agree, it's a tough nut to crack. In the past, Rhythm Link has failed to develop the special music zone. And turning a whole region into an idol paradise with only a few idols is unrealistic. Looking back on how we turned a world as small as Uenosaki into a place where students can do idol activities properly, it nevertheless took a great deal of sacrifice and long hours of tireless effort.
Yes. In that case, we will have a very long way to go. Therefore, we shall play the part of an advanced unit that simply lays the groundwork for the redevelopment over the special music zone. Gradually, similar events and various measures will take place step by step, pushing the whole process forward. Unlike the ES, it's not likely to be built in a single day.
In fact, Preparations for the ES were also steadily going under the surface. It was carried out in secret because its sudden appearance would have a stronger impact on the public.
Yes, but that kind of impact is also important. Such a rule applies to this project too. They say that first impressions matter when human beings encounter each other. Similarly, in a project like this, the first blow is crucial. We have no past examples to follow, for the development process failed in the past. It means we need to think hard and achieve the desired results. But again, wouldn't that be fun and nostalgic? As a matter of fact, the management and other staff are also traumatized by past failures. Essentially, they do not want to get involved in this case, and in the early stages, I doubt they would even extend a helping hand. For now, we are free to do whatever we want. And it fits in the style of Undead perfectly. Besides, back in Yumenosaki Academy, wasn't it the norm to do whatever we wanted in a project? We have experience and a proven track record, therefore we have nothing to fear. We've wonderful friends we can trust, and we have our young lady, Anzu, who knows how to make us shine better than anyone else. She will make us shine as who we are and make our ensemble resonate. That is how we managed to come this far. The world may change, but this truth won't.
Kiryu is right in saying several times that you really are somewhat sloppy. You may be able to get everything through your power, when it's time you realized how much trouble you would bring to those around you.
I am no machine or a god. I am a human being. I can never hope for perfection. Anyway, surely we won't die from failures. Why not go easy then? All innocence of a small child and all authorities of an aged adult, we shall learn from the past and build the future. We shall make new things out of the old. On the striatum of the past is where we shall give our latest dance. Lies the humor of life and the stage of our desired happiness. Every time I think there's more, there's not.
It'd be that way. 2 weeks later, Special Music Zone Redevelopment Project Phase 1, the very day of the Imperial Match. Wow. Why is he here? I forgot he was involved with this.
Yeah, he is in this one.
We're not free from Mama Dayo.
We're not free. Dude, his jacket, like, is Italian.
Yeah, huh. Here goes. The setup is complete. The stage for this event. The Imperial match is all set. It's been a long time since I've been able to do this kind of behind-the-scenes work. It makes me so happy. It's Mama's job to make sure the environment is set up well so that the kids can flap their wings in all their splendor. Excellent, excellent. Makes me like this. Why are you working as if you were the staff club president? I heard that this is a joint project between Undead and Akatsuki, but will Ma'am also participate? No. Did you switch to the unit called Doubleface? No, I'm still working as both Ma'am and Doubleface. Actually, just like this name Doubleface goes, it's kind of more underground. It's like a backstage business that can't be made too public, and one doesn't take too much pride in doing them. But anyways, I have graduated from Yumenosaki, and I'm no longer a member of the track and field club, so don't call me club president, okay? You can just lovingly call me Mama. Don't pretend to be my mother, Nikojima, my senior. I look up to my mother not only as a family, but as my guiding light and mentor. My mother is unique and important to me, which is irreplaceable. So it's hard for me to treat someone else as my mother. Well, that's usually the case. That's why I want to be a mama too. Still, I hope you don't mind me too much, for various reasons. It seems your agency doesn't want to get involved in this project. So I'm just helping out as usual, at Ray's request, because there's a shortage of staff. You're always there to help others. I wish you could prioritize yourself a bit more though. Or, is that what Doubleface is for? Well, it's not something that grand, you know. Fucking Kaoru. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Nakaze, do you fulfill your duty properly over there? It's not some duty, okay? You guys are exaggerating things all the time. As a former manager of a live house, I simply sorted things out with the managers of this building and the surrounding stores. This time the agency is just paying for it and leaving the rest to us. So we have to do everything ourselves, which is tough. Well, that was the norm at Yumenosaki. Just like a project designed by Anzu.
Hey, don't talk bad about others in a loud voice everyone around you can hear. Don't you see Anzu looks a little hurt?
No, I didn't mean to offend you. Why do you have to be here, Anzu? Why are you only around in completely natural fashion? Exactly when I say something I don't want you to hear.
She's the producer in charge of this project. What's the problem with her being here? She's surprisingly persistent and quick in her actions, which is quite unusual considering her job.
Yeah, like some dandelion fluff.
What?
I don't know, man. I really feel like that you always talk in a poetic way, Hakaze.
I don't. Makes my back itch. Of course, a fluff could not separate itself properly from the wind. It can but hover here and there. Oh my god, Undead is so funny. It's like a good old-fashioned love comedy. What a pleasure it is to watch it unfold.
No, don't treat other people's serious relationships like some funny entertainment. It's not that I'm in love with Anzu or anything, it's just not a good idea in general.
There's no need to make excuses. If you are serious about pursuing pure love, I will not warn you like last Christmas. After all, it's much better than living with dead eyes without knowing true love. Let us follow the example of Kaoru and find more and more things we love in the world.
I said that's not the case.
Ignoring him. Very well. I feel that despite the short preparation time, we've done a very decent job setting all these up. And this is all thanks to you, Nikojima. Oh, I forgot he was there. Again, I would like to express my gratitude.
I'd do anything for you, Ray. No, it seems out of the blue in her eyes. I'm sure you were laying the groundwork in advance while anticipating this behind the scenes, right, Ray? It began a long time ago, and you've been working on it for months. Thanks to you, I was called here as a helper, but all I had to do was finish up the last bits. Now I have so much spare energy.
In that case, stand on the stage with us, either as Ma'am or Doubleface. It's important to leave a track record, especially when New Dimension is the only one among the 4 major agencies that seem to have started late. It would be good to show your presence within an acceptable scope.
I see. I'm not good at adjusting my own output, and I don't know what the acceptable scope is, so this time, I'll move according to your instructions, Ray. Similar to Anzu's P Association, Doubleface is kinda extra legal, so I'll be participating as Ma'am this time.
Go change into your outfit then. Kanzaki will dress you in the waiting room over there. It must be difficult to wear such a complicated outfit on your own. The Akatsuki guys have been holed up in the waiting room for a long time. What's their problem? Did you say something that pissed them off again, Sakuma? Why do I have to take the blame for everything? It's just we are too reckless before the show, while the composed Akatsuki members are behaving more as idols should. Since they are the only Japanese-style idols in Yumenosaki, I entrusted them with all the preparations to enrich the contents of the stage until today. We, Undead, have been busy until the day before the show because we have been entrusted with the external negotiations and preparations for the day of the show. Meanwhile, Akatsuki has already accomplished what they needed to do.
Nah, come to think of it, Kanzaki has been busy all this time. With permission, he went through the bookshelves at home. Since his family was once involved with the production of Vampire General, he discovered scattered materials from that time and studied them in detail.
Yes, this Imperial match is also a reboot project of Vampire General. Kanzaki was able to get in touch with the craftsman who made the outfits when the show aired, Our costumes were more authentic than I expected. Well, personally, I don't really see the point of being so hardcore about it. I still don't get how a reboot of an old period drama like Vampire General and the redevelopment of a special music zone fit together. I can't see the whole picture at all this time. I feel like I'm a pawn on a big chessboard. I feel as if I'm being forced to dance in the midst of a big tie that someone else has created. I always like this when I'm with you, Sakuma. You've been following me like that because you wanted to, Koga. And so is that guy. I wish he would drop his silly brooding and go with the flow as much as he pleases. All those happenings in the past tie us down, making it difficult to make our wishes come true. Life is not as it seems, my friend. Is he talking about Mama?
I don't know. He could be talking about just about anyone, to be honest.
Yeah.
Kato, probably. Dots.
Kato, probably. Hasumi-dono, are you sleeping?
No. I am simply meditating to improve my concentration before the show. I'm feeling great. I could have pushed myself as hard as I wanted, but I didn't want to collapse at this critical time. For now, I'm focusing on adapting to the present environment and getting Akatsuki, which is already on the upswing, back on track. I enjoy working hard to the point that I can't think about anything else, but I don't feel I should prioritize those desires of mine this time. Besides, this project also aims to reboot Vampire General. I can't stand it when people around me suspect I'm bringing my personal preferences into my job by pushing my favorite works. I want to maintain the attitude that I am just diligently fulfilling my duty. Of course, I'm secretly thrilled. If I can protect my favorite TV series with my own hands, then I'm a true fan. If you like it that much, you should have written your own script for this show. But you basically left all the scripts and stage props to the agency staff, didn't you? What would you do if the show turns out to be something like of a joke in fans' eyes, making them think that there is no Vampire General at all?
No.
You might expose your own preference, but isn't it worse that the fans misunderstand it as you hate the show and do not have any interest in it? Well, you won't like it when it turns out it's you who tarnished the work you love.
Ooh.
Fans these days are scary. They can call you out just by looking at the results and the atmosphere without considering the context or the history. If this show flares up as the one around summer break, we'll be in trouble again. But well, I'm used to taking all the blame, so I can deal with it if it happens. If you shrivel up because you don't want to be hit, people will often think you're weak and hit you even harder. There's no way to win a fight. Humanity may be slowly changing and growing, but such animal-like nature remains a major component. But since I know how to survive in such a filthy place, I could teach them to be pampered, I could teach them to a pampered boy like you. Damn. And that makes me happy, because this time I have something to teach you. You already know so much.
Yes, I also took on the task of researching the period this project concerns, and I think I was able to make use of what I had learned at home and elsewhere. When I was doing activities only at Yuminosaki Academy, I was just following in the footsteps of my seniors. Therefore, it makes me glad that I genuinely feel I'm contributing to Akatsuki this time. I want to be a blade that opens the way for Akatsuki to move forward, not a useless object that only gets stuck in the way. Everything is beginning to change little by little. It's the same for us Akatsuki, even when we withstood the big tide without being swallowed up by it, as well as holding on to our time-worn performing arts of traditions.
Yes, that is Akatsuki. We have made modern arrangements to create our unique and distinctive character based on the good old tradition while performing arts. Hence, we are stable and strong. No matter what storms may rage on Earth, the beauty of the moon remains the same now and forever. But Crazy Bee pointed a finger at us, saying things like, they don't like it when we're looking down on them from high up. But if you think about it the other way, a false accusation like that was about as much as they could come up with. Yes, let us continue to shine our own way without worrying about the fools who have their deeds backfired on themselves. If we keep doing this, Things won't turn out so badly. After all, I supervised the contents of the stage thoroughly along with Anzu and Sakuma. And the script was written by the scriptwriter, who is now under exclusive contract with Rhythm Link, and was once in charge of the most famous episode of the main story of Vampire General.
Oh.
Dude, the code. Does yours look like that?
I'm confused.
Like, on the part where it says Vampire General? Because I'm looking at your stream and yours looks normal, but mine has like...
Oh, yeah, it's because they didn't put the slash before the second I, that's why it didn't work.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh my god, they really did that.
They messed up their HTML, how dare they?
Oh my god.
I was given the title as script collaborator, and as an idol on the stage, I give my honest opinion on the show. I try my best to explain the unique environment of the special music zone, as well as the special skills and talents of the Akatsuki members and others who will be performing on this stage. You should have been the scriptwriter yourself. You like that kind of thing, don't you? Like drawing manga and such?
Yeah.
I am but an enthusiastic amateur. I'm not going to stand in the way of a professional scriptwriter. It's true that I like all kinds of creative writing, but this time I wanted to be one of the characters in a story written by a real writer, who also wrote the script for the main story of Empire General. It's an incredible thing when you think about it. I wish I could tell this to my childhood self, who used to play by swinging around a stick. I would tell him, you're going to be in the Vampire General. And it's not going to be a TV drama, a stage play, or simply a child's game. You're acting out a real character in the main story. It feels like my childhood dream has come true. Right now, I really am feeling the happiness of having become an idol. No, yeah. It's alright then if you're happy with that. Sorry I said something I shouldn't have. No. You always give me exactly what I want. Talking to you helps me sort out the chaotic things on my mind. Thank you for everything, Kiryu. And you too, Kanzaki. In the past, I would have rolled up my sleeves and pushed myself hard, thinking that I had to do everything myself, including the script, the performance, and the stage preparation. In the end, it would get too much for me, and I would be in a panic, which leaves me unable to respond when unforeseen circumstances arise. But now, it won't happen again. I've graduated, and I've outgrown that childish, pathetic self. But that doesn't mean I've abandoned the shining things I used to hold with both hands when I was little. I've grown into a more muscular body with larger hands, but it only means I can now walk strong, carrying them in my arms. I'm taller, and I can see better all around me. The world around me now is full of happiness like never before. My.
Ooh, I'm getting an ad for Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Amazing.
I used to love Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Like, I wouldn't dare eat it now, but like...
That's fair. It is a little bit much sometimes.
A little bit much. It's like cardboard with sugar on it. It's like...
It's good cardboard with sugar on it, though.
Yeah.
I don't eat cereal often, if I can be honest.
No, me neither. I'm not a breakfast person.
That's fair. A couple of minutes later, during the Imperial match. He's still here. Of course he is. Fire and fighting are the glories of Uedo. Thousands of gold for the autumn sky is but trivial. For me, it's priceless. There are tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands. Hey, Mikajima, don't stand out too much. I am supposed to be a guest in this show. Excuse me for that, but Ray has retreated into the curtain, so the stage lacks a little flair. I thought I'd do the glimmering on his behalf. There, indulge in this beauty of the times, the beauty of the world. Well, I'm glad you're having fun. I thought so during the Restoration Live. You're surprisingly good at that kind of period drama acting. If we hadn't met any other way, we might have had perfect chemistry with Akatsuki. We might even have become friends.
Damn.
But life just ain't go the way we want.
I can't see very well through the curtain. It seems that Mikajima has sensed the atmosphere to some extent and is behaving appropriately in his assigned role without trying to break the storyline. Excellent. If he had tried to ruin this important stage, I would have had to punish him myself. You are my precious successor, Mikajima. I would not want to make a costly sacrifice in the course of justice. Anyhow, despite its curious title and content, Vampire General is the time-honored historical drama that has existed since the dawn of the television age, when the TVs first became popular among the general public. What is remarkable is how liberal it was. Amidst an abundance of classics and masterpieces, even without outstanding viewer ratings, this show still survived. It has continued to employ elements that other shows never dared to incorporate. So the style of Vampire General changes dramatically from one season to another. The only thing that has remained constant is the unexpected setting that Tsunayoshi Tokugawa, the great general of Japan, was indeed a vampire. The way the show processed such a setting was always different and unique. In its early years, it was a surprisingly legitimate period drama that was highly acclaimed by enthusiasts for its clever script. But whether it was the production team's attempt to play with the plot or not, the show gradually began to span more and more out of control. When horror became popular among the public, the TV series became more bizarre as famous warlords of the past who harbored grudges and dissatisfaction with the shogunate government appeared one after another as zombies. And when kung fu movies became popular, the action scenes would be all about fistfights instead of swords, even though it is a period drama. And when science fiction was all over the place, the story went that Tsunayoshi went back in time and saved Ieyasu, the founder of the shogunate government. Had things gone differently, the show could have lost its fans and ended up shortening its own life. But the production team went so far as to invite leading experts in all trending genres to join them. With the help of the booming economy, an extraordinary amount of money was also poured into the budget. As a result, the content was exceptionally entertaining every time. It was like you can never go wrong with Vampire General. It will satisfy you, and will feel like you have learned the basics of a new genre. If such a reputation is established, there would be no doubt that the show would become a beloved and long-lived book of art, as it can keep its audience through making their time spent worth it. But time is cruel. The period drama genre itself, which is the basis of this work, has declined. Vampire General also had difficulty surviving, like a human body that has lost its heart. Even vampires are doomed to perish in the dust if a stake is driven through their hearts. Unfortunately, not only the industry, but the country itself entered a prolonged recession. Not the recession! The production cost of Vampire General swelled up rapidly, making it impossible to make a new title. Therefore, with its breadwinner falling down, the parent production company was also visibly on the ropes. In the end, the company went bankrupt, and Vampire General had no place to return to. Tsunayoshi, the great Vampire General. You were the hero of my childhood. I adored you so, but you are no longer in action. Finally, I may have understood how Koga felt last spring. It must have been agonizing and frustrating for him to see his hero wounded, exhausted, and about to become a miserable corpse. And that would surely make him or anyone want to howl. "You're not allowed to die," he shouted. "Don't become a corpse without my permission." And the passionate and painful prayer of his became the foundation of us undead. The laws of this world are cruel and merciless, and the gods are more ruthless than we expected. But sometimes miracles do happen, and I already know that. Therefore, I shall pay homage to this great man who has kept me alive, and I will follow his way. With all my authority and righteous feelings, I, Rei Sakuma, will never let Vampire General die. I will bring you back to life. Humans may not be gods, but we can work miracles if we want to. Right, everyone? Ugh, that vampire bastard's humming in a good mood while hiding himself behind the curtain. I'm so pissed that he makes us work all the time.
I guess that's just the way it is. The agency asked for more visible results from this show, so it was decided that it would be staged during the day when it's more likely to attract audiences. But for Sakuma, it's a time when he can't perform to his fullest potential. We can only let him rest his body for now, in order to show his true potential in the evening show. It is also the intention of Anzu, the producer of this project. She hopes we can do our best without overworking ourselves.
Huh? Doesn't that sound contradictory? Well, I can understand what she's saying. I've known Anzu for a long time, after all. So it's not really in my character to follow up what the higher-ups say. But don't get me wrong, I'm not listening to Anzu because she's our producer. I do it for her as a person.
I understand. We all feel the same way, don't we, Hikaze? Yeah, I'm doing my best not only for Anzu, but for all the fans, you know? But, well, Anzu is our closest and most supportive fan, and we are also buddies who are working hard together to make this project a success. So it wouldn't be a lie to say that I'm doing my best for Anzu, right? It's not that I particularly like Anzu or anything, but it's just a fundamental attitude as an idol, you know?
See how funny you react whenever Anzu was involved, Hakaze?
It's indeed funny. We probably shouldn't make too much fun of him, but I don't want to miss out on such a side of my senior. Stop it. Stop making fun of your senior, you brats. Anyway, I guess you don't have much experience in this kind of stage play, do you? You didn't have much time for practice or anything like that, so be careful not to make any dumb mistakes, okay?
I know. I'm not the same guy who just keeps complaining during Pirate Fest. I'm gonna get the job done. Have to admit, I wasn't too keen on it at first. Thought to myself, what the heck is Vampire General? This is not the kind of rock I want to play at all. I can see why Akatsuki is here, since they're all about the traditional Japanese style. But I don't like the fact that we undead have to bend ourselves in to fit with the cast. Quiet Wolf.
You've been saying things like that ever since the spring broke on me. Even right before that meeting when you first heard the name Vampire General.
Wait, I fucked up. Hold on.
Oh dear. I'll wait.
Okay, wait. Is this epilogue 2 or 3?
I think it's epilogue 2.
Okay.
If you see Adonis,
Would make more
you're
sense.
fine.
Okay, I see.
Okay. Some cheeky new student said that Undead is a bit of a joke these days. And you were furious when they criticized us for forgetting the soul of rock by appealing to the public. You said that you don't care how great and awesome the ES is, and you don't want to be seen wagging your tail to something like that.
Aww. Don't remind me of that nonsense. My chest is gonna burn from anger again. I'm no kid anymore. Well, I wasn't angry at them for being rude to me. I was just angry because I couldn't say anything back. And it was especially the time the seniors who just graduated were appearing in a lot of stupid variety shows, where they were being tossed around by the big names. They're our seniors we love and respect. It reminded me of the time when Sakuma was called one of the 5 eccentrics and was treated like dirt. I felt as if it would be the same again.
You must have been anxious, Ogami. Of course you are the undead that focuses on rock music, as it suits your nature. Yeah, right before MDM, we talked about the future together, and I realized for the first time that Koga had such concerns, I felt I needed to apologize to him. You were scared. You must have thought that you were going to go through the same tragedy again. It simulated your trauma, so you stubbornly clung to the undead you knew. You've been very successful in being a bunch of radical immoral demons, or rather, in a rock-oriented direction. It's natural to cling to such success stories when you are insecure. There is nothing to be ashamed of. And it's also nothing wrong with being traumatized by past events and thus intimidated by similar things. You see, there was a time when I just couldn't go to the hospital for this reason. But you know, we've talked about this a lot, so I'm sure you understand by now that we didn't go into variety shows because we wanted to be made fun of.
I know that too. In order to work hard to leave a track record and establish our position in the agency, Sakuma just did what he needed to do without hesitation.
Indeed. That's why our seniors put up with being teased and tossed around by the big names. To win the favor of the big names, who are too outspoken to be ignored within Rhythm Link, they had to play the clown as the immature youngster is worth poking fun at. Though I cannot understand this culture very well.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that is kind of common all over the world. I had the impression that it isn't tolerated overseas, but it seems that making fun of others is quite pleasant for everyone. When I determined to become an idol, I did a lot of research on past TV programs. It seems to be a common technique now and then all over the world, that people would ask celebrities nasty questions that will cause a stir no matter what they answer. I guess it's like, whatever hypes the crowds up is good. The merrier the better. I think it's vulgar. What is the value of such a laugh when you hurt someone? I don't aim at being that kind of an idol. Yeah, I think it's time for us to stop attending that kind of program. Thanks to Ray's good work, our standing is steadily rising in the agency. Besides, our friends and fans should feel sad when they see us being mocked. I was pretty pissed off inside too. Ray seems quite calm, but that's probably because he was subjected to so much malice and ridicule during the days he was one of the 5 eccentrics. Under constant verbal assaults, it's natural for anyone to feel bleeding or even dead inside, but it's quite bizarre to see people smiling and laughing when they're suffering from so much agony. So I feel rather difficult when I think about which is the right way to treat the tease from the big names. I think you seniors are still first-year working adults, so it'd be alright if you learn and grow little by little. And of course, we'll strive to catch up with you. First of all, let's make sure that we do our best at this stage. So far, so good, but we can't let up until the end.
Yeah, I've been practicing hard, and I even watched over and over again the Vampire General DVDs that Bastard Glasses bought. When I was watching that series, I was thinking about that vampire bastard behavior of Sakuma, and that he speaks like an old man or a granddaddy.
Yes, it must be imitation of Tsunayoshi, the protagonist of Vampire General. When I watched the DVD, I was surprised to see that Tsunayoshi spoke the same way as Sakuma. Until now, I couldn't connect a vampire, an old man, in my mind, but now I finally understand, or should I say, I found its origin. I watched Vampire General in my home country, but it was a dubbed version, so I couldn't understand the way of speech, and it took me a while to realize it.
That's a dub. I see. Maybe like Bastard Glasses, Sakuma is just as much as, or more of a fan of Vampire General.
Yeah, he imitates him because he admires him, just like how you're always imitating Sakuma in the past, Ogami.
Oh? I'm not imitating him. I'm just paying tribute to him.
Same difference.
Don't talk about it like I'm a ripoff. I've been influenced, but I'm not a fake. I'm me, Kogo Ogami, damn it.
It feels like they've hit the bullseye when you blush like that.
Aww.
If you're not guilty of anything, why don't you just hold your head high? I think it's good that Ray doesn't talk too rough these days, and each of us has our own character. Isn't it good? Yeah, I envy you because I can only speak in an uncharacteristic way. Should I take a cue from Sakuma and imitate characters from my favorite shows?
I get it. It's okay for him to do such stupid stuff because he's Sakuma. It's like saying a good-looking guy looks good no matter what he wears. If not for that looks, you'll just find him annoying when he talks like your granddad.
I see. It is interesting that in Japanese, the way one speaks, especially the dissonance, changes dramatically depending on the character. Well, it also adds to the complexity sometimes. Most of the local customers gathering at the live houses in this special music zone are people who may not be very versed in the Japanese language yet. Of course, since they're living in Japan, they're probably familiar with Japanese to some extent. But I'm worried about whether the nuances and other details are being conveyed properly. I've been working with Sakuma to translate the scripts, and the subtitles will be simultaneously displayed on the screen. It might sound unrealistic, but if possible, I would like people to enjoy the play as if they were watching the stage play in their mother tongue, so they would understand the subtleties in word plays. I want everyone to enjoy happiness equally, free of discrimination. That's sweet.
Adonis is so good.
Yes.
Undead is funny, actually. Well, I guess you don't have to worry about that. So far, the audience here seems to be having the time of their lives, just as we want them to. So I'm not sure if they're getting all the details. Everyone seems to be having fun and laughing. I guess it is a good stage. I like the script a lot too, even though the original was controversial. That's why it rocks.
I don't really understand the concept of rock, but I guess I shouldn't say that because I've been a member of Undead for so long. Well, Vampire General is popular overseas too, isn't it? That's why it was chosen as the main subject of this project. We took Adonis's opinions into consideration and paid attention to details here and there, so I think people from other countries can also enjoy this show. And I'm not sure. If you say it's a show that's popular overseas, I think there are probably plenty of them out there that are good enough. I believe that Vampire General being chosen strongly reflects Sakuma's personal preference. Besides, not everyone likes what we like, and Sakuma and others must be very aware of this fact. But the curtain has already risen. Now we have to swallow our doubts and fears while trying our best to perform to the end. We must keep moving forward toward our dreams, step by step. Music notes. I still can't get out of the bad habit of chit-chatting on stage. For some reason, Montagari has even started singing even though it's too soon to sing yet. Well, I think that's probably the reflex from his repeated practice day and night. When I first met him, he was a boy from overseas who didn't have any clue what an idol is. But now he is an idol, from head to toe. I didn't do much for him, but I should be proud to say that I did everything I could to take care of him when Sakuma entrusted him to me.
Haha, I'm sure that Adonis Dono is very grateful to you, Hasumi Dono. He's a very conscious gentleman. You may think that you did nothing for him, but that is not true at all.
Stop reading my mind, every one of you.
Haha, it is the skill of a samurai to read his opponent's behavior and take the initiative. I was joking, but it looks like I got it right this time by accident. Does that mean that I am now a little closer to your heart, and can understand you better now, Hasumi Dono? It took a long time, since the sea god's battle. Seniors have taken great care of me, and it has been difficult for me to get close to you. You might have done that to avoid hurting me, but it makes me lonely that you are keeping your distance.
Sorry about that. I guess we should take a lesson from Undead and have a proper heart-to-heart talk. We can talk about many things, about the past that we have been through, and about the future that we are going to face. And of course, about our present too, when we are nestling together like this.
They are nestling?
Yep.
Sure. Even though family members could convey thoughts without speaking, communication should not be done only to exchange information. Let's talk about all sorts of other unimportant things too. We've met each other in this fleeting world. Since we have decided to survive and move forward together, I hope we can also share the worries. They will not dull my brilliance, nor will they break me.
You're speechless, Asumi. Just like when Tetsu sparred with me in the Ryo battle, the juniors are growing up faster and faster, at a rate and momentum that astonishes us. You'll be left behind easily if you don't watch out. I know it's also the case with Kanzaki, but considering our roles in this show, you shouldn't approach me too friendly since you and I are supposed to be enemies in the story. You'll confuse the audience. It's even more so when we're all wearing the same outfit. If they think we're on the same side, it's going to ruin the story's plot. I see. But it's hard to get into a fight with you at this point. I just find it funny. Isn't this a miscast? If you want to complain, tell Anzu. It's the producer who gave you the part. Not that I'm complaining, but there's something weird about fighting with you, even if it's just for show. It's hard. Why did you even get a cast like this? Don't ask me about it. Ask Anzu. No, apparently, for some reason, Sakuma was unusually insistent on meddling in the casting. And if you're going to complain, he's the person you're looking for. That's unusual for Sakuma. He basically never interferes with other people's work, does he? It's not in his character to meddle in the casting. Yeah, it's unnatural. He doesn't meddle too much in other people's lives, and is extremely bad at turning down favors. And he was so capable that everyone even took advantage of him in the past. Although he was a human being, he was clung to and depended on by others like a god. He was like that ever since we met, even when we were little. Only time I've ever seen that guy demand or refuse something for a personal reason was, as far as I know, only during the dead man's life. At that time, no matter how much I disliked it, he would pester me and complain to me, but he refused my offers even if I bowed down. Sleep well, Dawn, and thank you so much for popping in. I guess it was inevitable, and now I think it was my fault for not considering his feelings. I understand it in my head, but I don't quite accept it emotionally. Why did he compromise with everyone so quickly, but never with me? That's exactly what Sakuma said in Dead Man's Life. Why can't I be the only one, he said. But isn't it crystal clear what it's all about? He didn't want anyone but you to understand how he felt, so he made you feel the same way. Pretty clever, huh? It makes me jealous. No matter how much we say we have a bond thicker than blood, sometimes we just can't beat the past that's accumulated over the years. I'm getting a little pissed off now, so I'm about to punch you seriously. Mind you, it's not for show. Damn. Why are you suddenly in a bad mood, Kiryu? Don't reach a conclusion on your own. Let's explain it to me so I can understand. Nah, those glasses of yours aren't for show, are they? You're pretending to be a much smarter and more intelligent character than I am. Think by yourself, then. Okay. That's the role you should be playing. Oh wow, he really took a swing at me. Honestly, why is he angry all of a sudden?
What?
But no, if you really wanted to hit me, I wouldn't have been able to see through and avoid it. He did hold back. It's literally just for show. And actually, it's written in the script that right now, I'm supposed to fight Kiryu and Otagari. We're acting as guards of Sakuma, who plays the role of General Tsunayoshi. Although I do have numerous questions on my mind, I'll play the part I'm given when I'm on this stage. Alright.
Not beating the past allegation. He literally like almost said that word for word.
The backstory and the plot of this stage is the Imperial Match episode, which is quite controversial in the original story of Vampire General. This also seems to be Sakuma's suggestion, and he had to choose the most difficult one among all scenes. He chose Season 9, a season that its fans can never forget about. Back then, the production team was probably visiting their early ideas for the series, or maybe they went too far in the opposite direction with kung fu and science fiction, so they decided to pull back. So the content of that season was much more orthodox with a strong sense of going back to their roots. Yet when the season aired, a tragedy no one could have predicted occurred. The popular actor who played the main character, General Tsunayoshi, died in a car accident. Alright. It happened before I was born, so I didn't experience the uproar back then in real time. Some vulgar gossip magazines reported inappropriate texts like, "Vampire, unexpectedly dead?" It was an emergency situation that could have resulted in the cancellation of the program, but the production team at the time made a wise decision. They decided to change the leading roles in a natural way by revealing the foreshadowing that had been scattered until that point. Until then, Tsunayoshi Tokugawa, who had been traveling around thousands of towns as a vampire by night, had a character who served as his deputy, a shadow warrior, during his absence. He was a popular character who was listed as Nameless in the closing credits, and fans affectionately called him Gonbei the Nameless. Perhaps in response to such a reception from his fans, he somehow came to be commonly referred to as Gonbei the Nameless, even in the TV series. So that person was to become the real Tsunayoshi, not just a mere double. Around that time, there was already an ongoing depiction that went like this. Tsunayoshi, the vampire, was being targeted for his life by a vampire hunter organization centered on Mount Hiei. This foreshadowing was to be fully fleshed out. Tsunayoshi ran out of power at the end of a fierce battle with that organization, and he was temporarily reduced to dust. Until he was resurrected, his double, Gonbei, would be forced to act as the real Tsunayoshi day and night. Of course, Tsunayoshi and Gonbei's faces are quite different because they are played by different actors. In the settings, Gonbei was supposed to be a master of disguise, and he will look exactly like Tsunayoshi when he plays as a double. The scene of disguising was not shown on camera, so it could have been no more than a mere setting, but Tsunayoshi himself, the actor, had died in a car accident. Considering the technology of the time, it was impossible to make the actor of Gonbei look exactly like Tsunayoshi. Hence, the production team took a drastic approach. Firstly, they decided to arrange the Imperial match in the story. The event was held to allow Tsunayoshi, the great general of the country, who never appeared in front of his subordinates, to appear before the public and watch a serious match between martial artists. Gonbei was one of the martial artists who participated in the General Imperial's match. He won more and more and faced his final opponent, a powerful foe, role played by Kiryu on this stage. He was beaten up by the man who boasts of being a brawler of monstrous strength and fighting without using weapons. And so he fell down right in front of General Tsunayoshi, who was watching the battle behind the curtains. And there, he acted as if he was suddenly going insane. Kicking away the general's guards, he pulled out his sword with blinding speed and pointed at the curtain before thrusting it into the general. In a splash of blood, the crowd went wild, and Gonbei was accused of assassinating the general. But Gonbei smiles wryly, and for some reason, the guards and others around him looked calmly at him in admiration. Gonbei told them that the man hiding behind the curtain was a fake who had pretended to be the general through his witchcraft. Then he declared that he was the real Tsunayoshi, the real general. And at that time, an ominous monster was rolling out of the curtain. It was the corpse of a monster that Tsunayoshi had previously punished, but the crowd didn't know that. So the public believed that Gonbei, who defeated the impostor and was agreed by the vassals around him, was the real Tsunayoshi. For the public on the spot, it was the first time that they'd seen the general's true face, so they never doubted it. Thus, the double Gonbei became a real general. More precisely, he was recognized as the general. This moment is exactly what all the foreshadowings were for. Later, Gonbei lived on in this series, proudly calling himself the general. He was treated as a general by those around him, and he spent his time fulfilling his duties and resolving various incidents. He would be like them until the real general, Tsunayoshi, resurrected from the dust. Gonbei, the Nameless, who was a double, will live on as Tsunayoshi Tokugawa, the vampire general, rorting vitriol and punishing vice. Of course, Tsunayoshi was not resurrected until the final episode, for his actor was already passed away. But the actor playing Tsunayoshi was supposed to change with each new season, and it wouldn't matter if a different face appeared in the next season 10. So the production team managed to take it all the way to the final episode of season 9. The script, which had already been completed, was revised in myriads of minor details, and the story was portrayed without falling apart until the very end. It was still a bold and controversial move, even though most of the fans were aware of the actual situation and showed their sympathy and understanding. I heard that some people had harsh opinions, such as, from mid-season 9 it was no longer Vampire General. They think that it was different from the original real Vampire General. They think it was just a deceiving imitation. Personally, I like to give generous credit to the staff who, in spite of the hardships they endured, managed to keep the story moving through to the end. Still, as a fan, I'm a little curious as to what the originally planned season 9 would have been like. I wonder what the story would have been like if the real Tsunayoshi, not his double, had survived all those years. Would the story go in a different direction? Surprisingly, doesn't make that much of a difference from what we've seen, or could it have been a more perfect, entertaining, and poignant entertainment that everyone could take in without being reminded of real-life tragedies? God. If that was the case, everyone could have watched and smiled and relief until the end. He's just really info dumping about this. Come on, Kato. Thoughts? Hey, protagonist, don't look so gloomy. This is a scene where you have to act in a dignified manner that everyone watching can tell at a glance that you're the general, the protagonist. Yes, I want to see you flashingly kick our asses as the protagonist. Don't worry, we won't get hurt. Your practicing break falls solidly under Kiryu's supervision. Do your best, and we will match you. We have grown up and we're trained that much, and we trust you, Hasumi. Understood. I, too, have learned in practice, so I can stop at precise timings. I can't let all that effort go to waste. The audience is watching. We must not disappoint them. I'll do my best as an idol, too. A grand stand-up act, just as it was set up. A spectacular theatrical performance. Kiryu and Kanzaki are better at this kind of thing, but I was given the role. I am Gonbei the Nameless. I will move forward and defeat the last remaining opponents. Kiryu, the martial arts master, Mutagari, and Mikajima, regarding the general, as well as other formidable foes. And then, I'll defeat the demon who steps back behind the curtain and uses bewitching tricks, who's played by Sakuma. Why are there 5 epilogues?
I think this is the last one.
I think so too.
Oh, Kato. But unfortunately...
Whoa. What? What just happened? Sakuma jumped out of the curtain and kicked me to the ground. That can't be right, can it? That's not in the script.
He just poses like that. What a dumbfounded, cute little fool.
Huh? What the heck are you doing?
Mind your manners. Do you know who I am? Wandering the nights among thousands of towns, relishing blood under the moon. I am the vampire general. Tsunoyoshi Tokugawa. I'm sorry, I'm trying.
No. In the eyes of the public, Tsunoyoshi was the one behind the curtain. But indeed, what behind the curtain should be the fake monster's carcass. According to the script, Tsunoyoshi should be in the dust, and if he resurrects here, everything will fall apart. Back off. Now you might still be able to somehow cover it up.
What are you grumbling about, my shadow, my beloved servant? It seems that you have been seduced by the tricks of the monster. From today onwards, you will change your name from Gonbei the Nameless to Gonbei the Idiot? Huh?
Yes, Tsunoyoshi is exactly that kind of character. There's something strangely mischievous or annoying about how he speaks and behaves. Sakuma's right about the character interpretation. But there's still a problem. What are you trying to do, Sakuma?
You may be puzzled by surprise, but here you can adapt, Hasumi. I am acting according to the original script of the General's Imperial Match.
So,
Here, I am acting according to the unmodified script that would have been played and aired if the tragedy of that car accident had not occurred in real life. This is the real plot. The vassals, including Gonbei, were manipulated by the monster's tricks, and they thought Tsunoyoshi behind the curtain was a fake. And then, they were manipulated to take Tsunoyoshi's life. However, Tsunoyoshi, who had been seen through the enemy's intentions, and blocked the witchcraft with his mighty vampire power, slew the monster in spectacular fashion with his all-around prowess. How's that? Isn't it fun and satisfactory?
Thoughts?
There's also a harrowing moment when I, the vampire, he said it! I'm weakened because it is daytime, and I would be in danger because I cannot defeat our enemies alone. However, the bonds and friendships I have formed with you and my vassal will help me conquer witchcraft. With your help and the support of people watching over us, we will win this fight. It's such an easy and simple thing, but it makes for a beautiful and entertaining plot.
No, it is true that such a simple, clear, and undeniably exciting show of vice and virtue is the basis and the best part of Vampire General.
Yes, and you always like that kind of thing, have you not? However, it does not mean that I made the plot to your liking. I only wanted to play out the original script that all the fans are interested in.
Well, I'm certainly interested in that too. It's the fans' favorite and probably would lead to a lot of buzz about this play.
Exactly. And as you are aware, the script for this stage play was written by the scriptwriter who wrote the script for the original General Imperial match. I checked with the scriptwriter himself, and I'm sure this was the original plot of that episode. That is why I am not dressed as a monster, but in the costume of Vampire General. It would be a shame to wear these gorgeous costumes only in the evening session when we plan to enact the other episodes. When we were children, you insisted on playing the lead, so I gave it to you considering that you were younger. But once you enter society, no one will give a second thought to minor differences in age. Seniority tends to be dismissed as an old-fashioned concept in this world of mediocrity. No matter how many are reaching out for what they desperately desire, only the best and strongest will get it in the end. In this case, it is who I get. It is I who get it. You are weaker, so you can't get what you want. You can never be the protagonist. At best, you can only play the role of Gonbei the Nameless, who is liked as a pet because of his amiable behavior.
Don't make fun of Gonbei. He was a loyal man who never complained about the troublesome general who sometimes gave up his duties and behaved wildly. He admired the general and continued to serve him at the risk of his life. After Tsunayoshi turned to dust and disappeared from the stage, he fought earnestly and vigorously, waiting for him to return someday. He was bloodied, struggling, and losing loved ones one after another. However, he still kept his smile. The audience all knows that Gonbei is just a double and never a real general, but to the general public in the TV series, he is a great and kind general. To me, he is my hero. What a cheesy line. And you, with your silly mischievous ad-libbing, you've ruined this wonderful moment of a lifetime. I'll never forgive you. I don't know how great you are, but I'll be damned if I don't at least slap that smirk off your face.
Good, good. You are charming enough when you do paperwork so seriously, yet nonchalantly, just like a perfect adult. But I do love it when you unleash your passion, my dear friend. You, who have always been so full of the joy of life, have given me, who was living as if I were dead, vitality and enthusiasm. I've missed you. I've been waiting for you, my dear old friend.
You. I don't believe it. But you set everything up for this. You conspired and maneuvered deftly within the huge ES organization, moved many people and funds, and even set up such a spectacular stage. Don't tell me it's because you wanted to play together with me just like when we were kids. If that were the case, I would be seriously appalled and angry with you, Rei-chan.
No! Oh, come on then. Get mad all you want, curse me. Back then, everyone praised and glorified me, but I'm only happy when I get scolded. Nope, it's just little Ray wants to play swords with Kay for just one more time.
Don't let your mood run the world.
They are cringe. Ray Sakuma is cringe.
What? What's going on? Where are those guys ignoring the plot and just starting to strike at each other with swords like they're having fun? Well, I don't know about it, but the audience seems to be caught up, so I guess that's good. Everyone looks so happy, including most of the residents of the special music zone, and those from overseas. If they think they can have a good time like this, they'll embrace this live house. This is in line with the ES's and the agency's objective of redeveloping this area. I'm sure the agency will have no complaints if we have achieved good results with the money we spent. Also, people's love for this TV series and stage plays will bring light to Vampire General, which is on the verge of being cancelled. Just like a vampire, it will revive like an immortal. All the objectives were fulfilled, and most importantly, Sakuma looks happy, so I'm happy for him. It's a happy ending for everyone. Right, Hasumi is still complaining, but he seems pretty happy, so it's all good. I'm sure he's pissed off that he lost the leading role, but it doesn't mean that supporting a minor roles are worth nothing. Hey, Kiryu, Kanzaki, don't just sit back and watch. Lend a hand. I'll bring this fool to justice.
Exactly. Everyone of Undead and Mukujima, join us as you wish. Idols, fans, our producer, the young and the old, male and female, everyone has the right to enjoy life as we do. Oh, that was it.
Amazing. And
Bro, he
Mukujima.
set up the whole thing just so he could play with Kato. Also, they were like, Soma wanted to be the main character. Like, do you really think you're gonna be the vampire general when Rei Sakuma is there?
True. Another free scout.
Yippee! Oh, there's so many campaigns going on right now.
Yeah.
I don't know what any of this is.
眠そうだな、プロデューサー。睡眠不足は体に悪いぞ。俺が子守歌を歌ってやろうか。
I got Chiaki.
Nice, I got Midori, so...
Aww. At long last, the switch.
When I say the SS event begins tomorrow.
The crab car!
Yes, the crab.
That's so iconic. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I guess next week I might be able to read the SS story then, maybe?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I don't know anything about that, I don't think. I would love to read that.
I only know like a little bit, but like only a little bit. They're not knights
Yeah.
or Valkyrie, so... I guess I'll go look for someone to raid. Do you have any parting words for chat in the meantime?
This was a good stream. I had fun. I missed this.
It's been so
Undead
long.
is funny, actually.
Yeah.
Like, they're never on the same page. When one of them says something, the other three, like, say their own thing and, like, don't comment on it. Like, I don't know.
True.
They're never on the same page.
I am going to raid a person that goes by Miss 489. They're currently playing some Minecraft. I have collabed with them a couple of times for Gartic Phone and Among Us. I think that was literally last week. So
Cool. I'm giving you one final head pat.
thank you for the parting head pat. Alright, bye bye everyone.